Roseville, and Vacaville.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Good Lord,
give you allergic to Skyrizi.
3 other fingers.
Allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
There's nothing quite like a Friday night at Kings basketball at the Golden One Center. Drive Guys back at the Golden One Center, and tonight, of course, Strapes, it's the Kings and the LA Clippers. Can you help me out here? Because honestly, I don't have a real clear idea of who or what these Clippers are right now.
Well, there's a top 5 defensive team. That's what you need to know about this Clippers team. They're long, they're athletic, they got Derek Jones Jr. now. And so they got some pieces, man. They got Chris Dunn coming off the bench.
Norman Powell is setting the league on fire.
Right. This guy's having an all-star campaign so far. And so they're not an elite offensive team. Even a guy like James Harden, his shooting numbers are way down, 20-something% from 3, 38% from the field. But they beat you defensively. And they're on a little 2-game winning streak, too. So they're playing solid basketball right now.
Yeah, they're easy to dismiss because Kawhi's hurt. Paul George isn't there anymore. But then you look at what they've done, and to this point, they're 4-4. They won at Golden State, and then they turned around and won at Denver the next day. So I'm just not sure what or who they are. But I know
Coach Dan Gundy joining the staff has actually done a lot to solidify that defense.
Yeah, we'll see him out there tonight. And, they're, like I said, they're top 5.
Man, I got the notes right here, Whitey. And, you know, when I look at Ty Lue and now Van Gundy, what they're doing, they've sort of flipped the script. Like, to me, I always felt like this Clippers team with Paul George, with Kawhi, with James Harden was built offensively, sort of a, all sizzle but no steak, but it seems like they got a little intestinal fortitude, if you will. And like I said, and it's not James Harden. Like, trust me, we got to pay attention to him tonight. But Ivica Zubac has been playing, had a solid season so far. They also mentioned Norman Powell, and so and they get it done defensively. So you got to watch out for them tonight.
Now, let me ask you, both the Van Gundys are from, I believe they're from Martinez, so they're NorCal guys. If you had to spend an afternoon with one of them, maybe you play some golf, you get some dinner, you go to the movies, but you can only go with one of them. Which Van Gundy are you spending the day with? Because I'm a Jeff Van Gundy guy all the way.
Yeah, I was thinking Jeff Van Gundy.
All right, there we go.
Sure, and I'm a fan, but I think Jeff might have range to it. Yeah, exactly. What's going to happen now?
I'd probably say Jeff.
Yeah, I'm glad he's doing well back in coaching, but I kind of miss him on TV.
Right, and I was looking at him the other day watching the Clippers game, and I'm like, dang, that don't even look like the same Jeff. And I forgot about his coaching career and everything that he's had throughout his career.
I'm with you. I thought him and Mark Jackson were phenomenal
with Mike Green, and I miss their banter. I will say that's the one thing when I look at ESPN's rotating cast, like those guys talking about Van Gundy, Green, and Mark Jackson. They are not only informed, but they also entertain.
Yeah.
And we don't see that enough anymore without those two guys.
Yeah. I think Gundy, Jeff was kind of irreverent, and he would talk about silly things. And now, some of these announcers, and I understand they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're a little too announcer.
Yeah.
Exactly what's going on in the game.
Right.
Right.
Light up a little bit.
Yeah.
Show me some personality. Give me,
it's entertainment at the end of the day. That's what it really is. It's entertainment. And I think we're missing a little bit of that without those two guys.
Isn't it amazing how many coaches now were recently in broadcasting? JJ Redick, of course, and Doc Rivers, and Gundy. And I know Steve Kerr for a while was he was like a sideline reporter, wasn't he? Or an analyst. Analyst. Yeah.
And I guess it's a natural to go back and forth. To go back and forth. But one thing when I think of Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, those guys have personality. Like those guys, even in their I miss Mama. There goes that man. Hand down. We don't get no catchphrases from the analyst anymore. It's all just breaking down the X's and O's. And
here's how they're defending that pick and roll.
Right. Come on, man. I miss that. I miss those two guys.
I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but I may. How close did Mark Jackson come? To being the let's see, where is it?
On the StreamYard link up top.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I apologize for the audio issues here. Thank you, Kyle.
How close did Mark Jackson come to becoming the next coach of the Kings? Or at the time, I guess.
I don't know. He was a finalist.
Yeah.
But I just don't think, and I'll say this without knowing a damn thing. Knowing Vivek's connection with the Warriors prior to his Sacramento Kings tenure, I thought it was kind of a long shot for him. Talking about Mark Jackson, things didn't quite work out there in Golden State with him. He leaves, and then you start hearing all kinds of stuff and everything. People start bad mouthing his name, and so I thought it was kind of a long shot. And I also think if we go back to the time before they hired Mike Brown, the public perception was huge at that time. Like whoever we get, and I don't know if Mark Jackson's Q rating was good here in Sacramento. Mike Brown comes in and won a championship, coached all these legends. And so I think, that was part of it as well.
Yeah. And Mike Brown certainly done a great job. The Kings, though, you look at the Western Conference, and they've won. I heard you mentioning it. On the post game, they've won 5 of 6 now.
Yes.
But you look at the rest of the West, and there's 3 teams at 7-1, and like 5 teams that are 5-3.
Yeah. It's a dogfight. And here's the crazy thing about it too, Whitey. We'll see one of those 7-1 teams coming up on Sunday, the Phoenix Suns, and so this is beginning a tough stretch for the Kings. Starting tonight against the Clippers, solid team, 4-4. They're going to be in the mix, it seems like. Then you got Phoenix. San Antonio's a young up-and-coming team. They got some players. And then you got Phoenix again.
Yeah.
Here, here on Wednesday. And then Minnesota after that. And so, Mike Brown likes to, put things in 5-game increments. I know this is only game 9 of the second 5 or whatever, but this next 5 is going to be key, man. You go 3-2, hopefully 4-1. You're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, as Jay was saying yesterday, the schedule makers inadvertently, I would assume they kind of gave the Kings an opportunity over the last several games to get acclimated against some lesser teams. But, tonight, as you say, Clippers have already done some things, and then his schedule really gets tough here. So whatever you have to figure out, you better figure it out in a hurry.
Yes, exactly. Do we have a Whitey's wish list later? I know you don't like to call it big fella, but we branded it Whitey's wish list.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
I want to hear about
you know how it is. I feel like I'm just saying the same things.
Just don't mention Trey Lyles today, and then you'll be all right, man. Don't mention our guy Trey Lyles.
Yeah, he does belong on it, though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I'm keeping his name off there today, but he belongs on there.
He really does. He's, here we are going into our 9th game, and Trey still hasn't found his mark. It's crazy looking at some of his numbers, playing 15 points per game. He's just not hitting shots, 27% from the field, 24% from 3-point range, just averaging 3.5. And so when we talk about the bench of the Kings, he was supposed to be a big part of it. And so we can say every game so far, our wish is that Trey gets it going tonight. So I'll do it for you, okay? I'll do it.
All right, thanks.
The Drapes wish list. Let's get Trey going tonight.
Yes. I have a list here, the best 5-man lineups in the league by net rating. The Kings have a 5-man group that is 5th on this list. Take a moment here, see if you can figure out who the 5 are. We're back with the answer in a moment here from the Golden One Center Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. It's Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. When buying a car, getting a good deal, it's kind of the easy part. Where Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram really sets themselves apart from anywhere else is the experience, from sales to service and everything in between. It's why so many people keep coming back to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's because it's the place where a handshake still means something. And if you've been wanting to experience that Jeep life, there's no better time than now. SacSuperstore.com, located off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course.
Bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you're a veteran or serving active duty with a military ID, come in on Veterans Day and receive a free lunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Lodge loves our current and former military members, and you can feast on 4 epic options free of charge.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Kyle Draper, Whitey Gleason, you know Drapes, I recognize that you are very well connected in this town and with this team.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever asked you for anything because I don't like to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I know people who, they have access to this or that, but I'm going to ask you for something.
All right.
Yeah. We're looking here, and they've got some people out here shooting around on the floor, and I don't know if they're season ticket holders or what the deal is. They're having a great time, and I want to get out there, and I'm wondering if you can pull a few strings so we can have like a Drive Guys shoot around.
How about this, Whitey?
Maybe even get some listeners out there with us.
I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Maybe get Nate or somebody out there to film it for us or something.
Yeah.
How about before a show one day?
That's what
I'll
I'm thinking.
actually show up on time, maybe even a little early, and we can get out there like a 1 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, if that's possible, that'd be tremendous.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
You got these people out there. I don't know who they are. It's not like they paid thousands. We'll go out there and get up some shots.
We could play those people. I got the little guy.
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
a little
house in the house.
Yeah, maybe a little horse out there.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Let's get it up.
Fun.
Ready.
Yeah. So it's a possibility.
Yeah. I think awesome. We can make that.
Does RJ get to take some shots?
Nah, he's not. He got set up. He's too busy.
You're just scared. That's all. Come on.
He was just telling me he did that once. Was that in Stockton? You did that, or was it here?
Oh, it was great.
He said he was 1 for 10. So.
1 for 10, completely uncontested. Yeah, it was amazing.
Now, let me ask you this, though, fellas, because I remember me and a guy was shooting around. This is back in Boston. He was like, oh, I can make more threes than you. This was the most unathletic guy in the history of sports.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat me on shooting threes. Like, is that a true mark of how good you are at basketball? No. That's not right.
One trick pony.
Right. One trick pony. Can't dribble. All you got to do is play defense on them and lock them up. All right. I felt kind of embarrassed. I'm like, this guy, he got me like 5 to 4 or something, like whatever the number was. And I'm like, he's not athletic. So, all right, I shouldn't feel that. But
no. You should be commended for having a little bit of restraint there, because you didn't say, all right, let's go 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's
good for you.
Yeah, that he would be embarrassed then. And so you brought up some bad memories because we were talking, not saying you're a one-trick pony guy or anything but I was thinking RJ get down there and drain all 10 on us or something like that. That would have me worried.
Huh.
You should be. You should be.
Well, that'll be fun. That's going to be fun here tonight. Hopefully it'll be fun for the Kings taking on the Clippers. All right, I threw this out there, and I just happened to see this today on Twitter from Boris Dirk Pod. The best 5-man lineups in the league by net rating. And this is lineups that have played more than 50 minutes. And again, it's early in the season, and a lot of these numbers are crazy and skewed. Number 1 is Boston, White, Drew, Brown, Tatum, and Horford, plus 17.6. 2 is Indiana, Hall, Nembhard, Hallie, Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam, and Turner. Then you got Atlanta with Trey, Dyson, Risachet, Johnson, and Capella. 4 is Denver, Jamal Brown, MPJ, Gordon, and Jokic. Number 5, Sacramento. Who do you think the 5 are? They're plus 14.3.
And it's 50 minutes on the floor?
Yes. It's not one of those weird, they barely played together.
Time. And then Sabonis.
Yes.
Fox.
Yes.
DeMar.
Yes.
I'm going to go Keon Ellis.
No, I think that's what I would have said
after last game. The way Malik.
No, it's that starting lineup: Fox, Huerter, DeMar, Keegan, and Domas.
All right, I knew that was a good one. I thought it might have been skewed after the other game, last game against Toronto. But
I don't think I would have guessed that.
3 days ago, I would have, Whitey, because I knew they were up there. But I thought this was going to be a trick question. But our starting lineup is pretty good, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, okay. And you've been the one who's been saying for a long time now, Kevin Huerter should be in the starting lineup because when he's making shots, that team is tough to guard.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why Mike Brown got him out there, right? And every game except the first one, Kevin Huerter has been in double figures. He's doing what we need him to do. And here's the thing about Kevin Huerter. He doesn't have to be the leading scorer, second leading scorer. Just give us something offensively. Be a threat out there. Anywhere from 12 to 14 points for our 5th starter. I'm taking that, Whitey. That's a solid, contribution to the team. And so it's funny because I was at Best Buy earlier today. Had to do some shopping.
Which one?
Over there in Arden.
Sure.
Over there. And so this guy comes up to me. He's like, Drapes, it's Nico, man. I listen to you guys all the time. I'm like, hey, what's up, Nico? Appreciate the love. He's like, do you remember me? I called in last year. And I was like, I think Kevin Huerter's fixing games. I don't know if you remember that call, Whitey, or not. I don't know if you remember that. And I'm like, really, dude? You actually said that? He's like, yeah. He's like, you remember? I was like, maybe. I was like, did I give you some crap for it? He's like, a little bit. But then Kevin Huerter went out and got hurt. Yeah. But I'm saying this, like the narrative around Kevin Huerter should be what we're seeing and talking about this season. First of all, the guy had a down year. We understand that. But a lot of people on the team had a down year. And I think fans and some people forgot just how important he is to this team right now.
The strangest thing about him is last year, even before he got hurt, you could see even going back to the playoff series against the Warriors, he didn't look right. I think you'd agree. Yeah. It looked like he didn't have his confidence or something. And then last year seemed to be the same type of thing. And then this year, once we saw him on the floor, it's like, oh, he's good.
Right.
I have no idea why, but you could just tell.
Exactly. And I don't know if it's a mental thing, emotional, like whatever it is, he looks fine out there. He looks like Red Velvet of 2 seasons ago. And that's great to see because, and this is something we talked about before the season and all off season. How long does Mike Brown stick with him? And my thought was, you got to get a guy 10 to 15 games. Let's see. And so far, he's held up his end and been a huge factor. And so that's why, too, when I look at it, Whitey, we talked about, who should start at the 2-guard spot. I'm like, you got to instill some confidence in Kevin Huerter. You got to look at him and say, you know what, Kevin, you're our guy, man. We need you. And that's what we've seen happen so far this season.
Hey, would you mind giving a shout out to Banta the Young? He hit us up yesterday. He or she, I assume it's he.
Where's he at?
And Banta was somebody who came on yesterday at Jay and I was like, I just started listening to the show. I really like this show. I listen all the time. So Banta says the Kings play worse without Kev, but I just, we sent the customary fruit basket that all new listeners in theory get. Good luck actually receiving it. But I just wanted you to acknowledge somebody who's like, hey, I'm listening to the show. I like this show a lot.
You sure this guy's legit though?
I think so.
He's a legit listener.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what? He's very active out here. I like that so far. He said, woo, woo, it's my guy. So,
oh, wow, he is really active. Wow, very active. Okay, well, good.
Okay,
welcome aboard.
I'm from Vegas, he says, and he's a big Kings fan. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Banta right there. Shout out to Banta.
Yeah. Kings got to start knocking down more threes, obviously. But I wanted to ask you, speaking of the lineups, about Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
And by the way, I should ask you this off the air because we didn't get the benefit of a Drape's takes yesterday because you weren't here. Do we maybe have one today?
I wake up with a take.
Okay, all right. You let us know.
I walk around.
We missed it.
Fans, viewers and listeners be like, Drapes, you got to take. I spot on. I always got to take.
All right, you let us know when you're ready to let that fly.
All right.
But what did you think of Keon playing more minutes than Malik Monk in the last game? And Keon was in that would have been finishing lineup if they hadn't put the game away in the refrigerator early.
Well, think about it like this, Whitey. Look at that third quarter and look what happened to the Sacramento Kings. I know you got the box score somewhere floating around over there.
Yeah.
They gave.
By the way, I heard you after the game. I don't usually look at box scores, Chelsea. I happen to have one here, but I usually go by the eye test.
Yeah, but they gave up 39 points in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Toronto looked like the Warriors with KD and Steph and Klay out there. They were putting up so many buckets on us. And so Mike Brown changed things up. Let me go to my defensive ace. Let me pull Keon out of the bullpen. And that stretch, they got after it defensively. What they held them to? 14 points, I think.
That's
in
correct.
The fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't. What did the eye test tell you?
No, the eye test told me they pressured the ball.
Yeah.
They got up in their man. They made life difficult. And so that's what Keon brings, man. He had the one steal and coast to coast. And so, no, man, I thought. And then when I look at Malik the other night, I thought Malik, may have at times been moving a little too fast. Like he
made
wanted
some
it so
curious
badly.
decisions with the ball. Yeah.
He wanted it so badly. And I think, with Keon came in and did his job, man, changed the tenor of the game. That's what role players, bench players, guys that come off the bench are supposed to do. The great Tommy Heinsohn, I've said this 1,000 times.
Tommy point.
Yes. He used to say, bench players, 6 men, they're either supposed to come in and keep what the starters have going. If you're leading, keep it going. Or if you're struggling, come in and change the tenor of the game. And that's what Keon Ellis did.
Hey, looking through the basketball history books here, didn't the Celtics essentially invent the idea of the sixth man? Didn't they come up with that?
Yeah, Paul Silas, who was a star player, came over to Boston in the early 70s, I believe it was. And, Tommy, I think, was coaching at the time, or maybe this was after him, actually. But they had to convince him to come off the bench. And he's like, I can't, I'm not a bench player. I'm Paul Silas. But they convinced him. He had a great year, and that's how the sixth man was born. That's the urban legend.
Yeah, it became a thing. And now it's an award. Before it was just like, you're either a starter or you're not.
Or you're not, right.
Yeah.
Just a player. Yeah, but six men, now it's something to be proud of, man. I mean, you look at, Malik's role for us. You look at over the years, some of the great six men, obviously Manu Ginobili, who's a Hall of Fame player. I mean, they are a vital piece of what a team is trying to do. You look at the Celtics last season, whether it was, Al Horford coming off the bench, whether they, at first initially had Derek White coming off the bench when he first got to Boston. And so it's a key part of what a team does.
Yeah, obviously I'm a little biased having, been a season ticket holder here, but I think Bobby Jackson was one of the all-time outstanding six men of the year because he won the award, obviously, and he was on a great team. But in his mind, you could see he's like, I'll do this and I'll excel at it, but I should be starting.
Yeah.
In his mind, it was always like, well, I really should be starting, and I'm going to prove it to you again tonight.
Right. And that's the thing, man. You hear some of his former teammates talk about him and tell stories. Mike Bibby, was like, yeah, Bobby, he was coming in to get those shots up.
Yeah.
But that's what that Kings team needed. They needed that spark plug to get going. And so now And I feel like Malik is sort of similar in that regard. Like, we actually need his scoring on this team. Like, we need Malik to be aggressive out there. Like,
let's see here. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back, talk about Kyle Draper's beloved 49ers, because they're back in action. They got CMC back this week, but it is becoming very fashionable to say that the 49ers will not make the playoffs. We'll tell you who's saying that when we come back to the Gold One Center on Sacktown Sports.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Don't miss Stoney's Rockin' Radio's 17-year anniversary bash this Saturday night with a free tri-tip dinner. That's right, free tri-tip dinner and free late-night biscuits and gravy. So don't miss Stoney's 17-year anniversary bash this Saturday night, plus free dance lessons, sing some karaoke, or ride Stoney's mechanical ball. I'll see you on the dance floor.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Every club on the shelves can be tried for free on the driving range. 3 TrackMan units and a Hagen Oaks team of skilled fitting professionals provide the finest club fitting experience. Our personable Super Shop staff will show you the newest to help you look and play your best. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting sacktownsports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Though you may not drive.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
When Drapes and I were out here a couple nights ago, we were talking about the Warriors and how well they played and how they were due for a reckoning because they were going to play Boston that night.
Yeah.
People here in the chat, Drapes, and they're not too happy about the fact that the Warriors went into Boston and won again.
Well, here's the problem, though, Whitey. Here's the problem, and I see some of the messages out there. Our boy Ryan Williams-Art chimed in on this. I'm still mad at Boston for losing to Golden State. If I see any more smug expressions from that, He says, arrogant, current, and spoiled fan base, I'm going to hurl. I'm with you, Ryan Williams-Art. You want to know why? Because I get texts from people only when their team wins. And I don't necessarily want to call out names, Bonte, but why the hell is Bonte, after his post-game show, saying, Warriors are back, had Tatum in Alcatraz? I'm like, man, be quiet. It's one game. I told him that was your Super Bowl. That was the Warriors' Super Bowl. They got Cleveland tonight. Let's see what they do tonight.
I do have to say this for Bonte, because I've done a long time. Because he came on with us. Wasn't it the day after the Kings knocked the Warriors out?
Yeah.
He came on with us. So, but I get it. So if you're annoyed by a lot of Warrior things, this will probably annoy you too. Thank you, Jay, for sending this along. The Warriors will give out captain's hats to honor Klay Thompson in his return to Golden State Tuesday night. They're calling it Salute to Captain Klay in honor of his much publicized trips on his boat.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. And I saw the hats, and they got the little Warriors logo. But think about it. I'm not walking around San Francisco, Sacramento, looking like Thurston Howe III. You know what I mean? I ain't on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I know that was Clay's thing. How about a Klay bobblehead? How about give me something other than that?
I had a feeling you'd have an opinion on
like
it.
Seriously, looking like Gilligan's Island out here. Like, come on, Joe Lacob. Here's the thing about it too, Whitey. Those hats probably cost like 20 cents a piece.
If that.
Like, Joe Lacob, you got enough money to invest in something good.
Yeah.
Who's wearing that?
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Klay was an integral part of multiple championships.
Yes.
We're going to give out the goofy captain's hat. For
Give me
Captain
a Klay t-shirt or something. Yeah, anything, right? Give me anything. A freaking hat.
They know Klay. Maybe they know he's going to love it. I don't know. Tonight they got Cleveland, so
yeah. Let's go, Cavs. Let's go. Come on, Donovan Mitchell. I need you tonight, big fella.
Yesterday we had Jason Jones on, and so we asked him about Buddy Hield, and he said, "Oh, this is just what Buddy has been dreaming of his whole life.
Yes.
Just go out there and shoot the ball, buddy.
That's all he got to worry about. He got free reign to get him up. You know what I mean? And give Buddy credit. I mean, he finally found a spot that, I think fits his game. They're not asking him to do too much. I've talked about it before. He really doesn't have to play off a ball-dominant person. Like, it's a free-flowing offense. And so shout out to him, man. He's making the most of it, you know? I know fans around here aren't big fans of Buddy Hield and everything like that. And, it's like he couldn't have gone to a worse team in terms of, how much I'll follow him and cheer for him because – clearly I'm not a Warriors fan. And so, I may have to stop seeing him out at Disneyland. No more Disneyland trips with Buddy Hield after this one.
Now, you got a busy Sunday because the Kings, of course, playing Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, against Phoenix, right?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix. Yeah.
And then you got to make time to watch your 49ers. So, but they play early. So you can hear that right here, of course.
Right.
Sacktown Sports.
You feeling good about this game?
I don't know. Yeah. Tampa Bay is so beaten up receiver wise, but I mean, they almost beat Kansas City.
That's what I'm saying. I think Tampa Bay. Are we doing picks today?
I don't know. We didn't do any yesterday, and I'm not sure. If you want to, we can certainly do picks.
No, I think so because I know exactly where I'm going in that game. I think this is going to be a tough game. Got to go across the country, like to almost the farthest spot on the map, and so I might be going Tampa in this one. I'm not saying that 100% sure, but yeah.
No, you said
I
it.
got a feeling Tampa might.
Yeah, I heard it too, Jay.
All right, rubber stamp it, Jay. I'm about that life, big fella. Tampa will win this game outright. I don't even need to know the points. Baker Mayfield, active. Word just came out, because he's been banged up.
Got that hurt toe.
I think this is I think this is a tough trip though for them, man.
I just wish they'd done more at the deadline.
Yeah,
they got a tackle, like a backup tackle. Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see them do something that indicated we're going for it. Easy for me to say, and they got to consider, cap room and draft picks. But you look at, as I said yesterday, Washington, they're going for it. The Ravens, they're going for it. 49ers, like,
We needed some depth in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
We gotta,
and you can't even make the argument that they got better, because no offense to this guy, but he hasn't shown any. He's not
Right.
been a needle mover. Where he's been, and so it's like adding a backup kicker. Yeah, we got some depth, but the dude ain't never going to do anything on the field unless somebody gets hurt or something like that.
I guess they feel that they're getting enough players back from the injured list that they don't need to go out and acquire anybody. But it's interesting, the number of people in the media now that are basically giving up on the 49ers. This is from Matt Miller, NFL draft analyst. He says a season decimated by injuries will end with the reigning NFC champions missing the postseason and keeping the Super Bowl hangover trend alive for the losing team. He says their defense suddenly can't make key stops. This looks like a lost year in the Bay. We also have Austin Mock, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. It will be an uphill battle for the 49ers to make the playoffs. 6 of their remaining 9 games will come against teams that are 500 or better. Given all the injuries the 49ers are still facing, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. My model currently gives them a 41% shot. So a lot of people now are like, the 49ers ain't going to do it. They're getting CMC back.
No,
come on.
I'm just saying, Whitey, where's the line at?
Here they go.
If you're a gambling man right now, the Niners aren't leading the division, and only one team from the NFC West is going to get in.
And it's going to be that.
And you still got to go to Green Bay. You still got to go to Buffalo.
Bay.
You still got home against Detroit.
You got a tough schedule.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like if I'm looking at the Niners schedule right now, and I'm looking at it with an unbiased eye. I'm going to be really unbiased with this one.
That's a lie.
At Tampa.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious. At Tampa. To me, that's a toss-up. I'm going to go with Tampa. Because Tampa's 4-5. You're 4-4. Y'all haven't beaten anybody yet. Your best win came against who? Dallas? Come on now.
Seattle?
Yeah, that's probably the best win.
Seattle's a bottom feeder. They're a 17th in the league or something like they're not a good team. So Tampa to me is a toss-up. You should beat Seattle. After that, at Green Bay, Packers got to be favored in that game. Got to be favored.
I don't know.
I'm saying
I will say going to Lambeau and winning is not as hard as everyone thinks it is. It's not anymore.
It's not the Lambeau of old.
Right.
Green Bay is still a solid team. At Buffalo.
That's a tough game.
That's all I'm saying. That's Chicago.
They're terrible.
Hold up now. If you just lost to Arizona at your own crib.
The Bears are a joke. They have receivers walking off the field in the middle of plays.
See, they
have defensive backs.
Unbiased.
No, these are facts. What did I say that's not true? I mean, they're a mess right now, the Bears.
What's the Bears' record, Whitey? You got that offhand? You want me to look that up?
What are they, 4-4?
What's the Bears' record? 4-4.
Yeah.
So if they're trash and what are the Niners?
Have the Niners had people walking off the field in the middle of plays? There's more that I'm taking into account than just the one loss record.
I'm looking at the Bears, and they started off slow.
Because they're not very good. That's why they started off slow.
We'll see. But no, they should win that game. Okay. I agree. Yeah. I mean, but I don't think San Francisco is at any position to call anybody trash with some of their weak win schedule. They haven't beaten anybody.
No, but they haven't had Christian McCaffrey yet.
We don't even know how CMC's going to be.
I agree. We don't. Well, that's what's so big about this game.
Super Bowl. We don't know.
You're right. But you know that when he's healthy, he's transformative. And maybe he won't be, but you know that he can be. So that's why I think right now to look at the team, you or me or Matt Miller or Austin Mock, it's like you got to see if CMC is CMC again. Because if he is, you might want to reevaluate your whole.
So either way, we don't know.
I agree. Yeah.
So they could lose to Tampa because we don't know.
Oh, he's going to be good.
See,
I mean, that's what I think.
See what I'm talking about.
Find out.
You give it a benefit of the doubt, man.
We'll find out. You're right. We don't know. But I think he's going to be pretty good. And I think he's going to be.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because he's a great football player.
Okay. We haven't seen him, in 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting up there in age. I don't know. What if it flares up again? We don't know. Maybe you hope
You're right. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, we don't
I have
know.
my opinion.
We don't know.
I mean, you're right. Bilateral tendonitis that they've been ramping up for like 3 months now.
Right.
You're right. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. It's
they're clearly banking on that. Doesn't mean they're right. But given that they didn't go out and do anything or get anybody significant, all their eggs are in Christian McCaffrey's shoe.
Yeah, he's the saver of the Niners season. That's putting a lot of responsibility on him. When we get CMC back, we'll be good. We'll be great. We'll see. He's a tremendous player. You know, my question too is, and this isn't just now, he's getting up there in age. Like, what is he, 29, 30 almost? And so how many more years elite level CMC do we have?
But when you go to Germany like he did, they actually genetically, they will actually reverse your age.
Right.
They have that kind of technology. But I do think the defense is going to be a bigger issue for him going forward. That assumes even if CMC is back, you know, I think Mustafa's hurt now. The defense is going to be the big question mark for him.
Yeah. And, you know, they're playing a Tampa team, yes, that is banged up at the receiving position. But that Tampa team also put up some numbers against a very good Chiefs defense. And so I'm not going to write them off just yet. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think, you know, when everybody says, oh, we got this, usually I'm like, I might have to go with the other team. If all the money's coming in on Niners, give me the underdog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Do you understand where Brett Siegel, NBA, is coming from? You know anything about Brett Siegel?
Nah, I don't know.
We've had him on the show, haven't we?
Yeah, but Jay, that's when he's not in my phone.
I got you.
He's in your phone. He's not. Yeah, it's just, you know.
Brett Siegel has some interesting things to say about the NBA, some potential trades involving current Sacramento Kings. So we'll get to that when we come back to the Gold One Center, Sacktown Sports.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh, good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If fashion is your thing, eBay is it. eBay's where I find all my favorites, from handbags to iconic streetwear, all authenticated. For real. This time, a little Supreme, some Gucci. I even have that vintage Prada on my watch list. That's why eBay's my go-to for all my go-tos. Yeah, eBay, the place for new, pre-loved, vintage, and rare fashion. eBay, things people love.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at the AEWay.com for an instant quote. That's the AEWay.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89. Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
When it's all on the line, you need a big
big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
Intrigued by, end quote, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Edwards, and De'Aaron Fox, per Brett Siegel NBA. Quote, going after the best of the best is always the name of the game for the Heat, which is why nobody should be surprised to see Anthony Edwards, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and De'Aaron Fox be some of the names that this organization is intrigued by, end quote. What? Intrigued by?
Go ahead. Why did y'all let you take this, man? I'm not going, Jay don't want me to come down hard on Brett Siegel, friend of show. And so.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say don't be yourself now. All I'm saying is this. I'll jump in front of everybody. All he's doing is reporting what someone has told him. No one's trading Anthony Edwards.
Right.
Correct.
Right. I'll bet you know what? My sources tell me the Heat are intrigued by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic. They're intrigued by him.
Now, he did go on to say if De'Aaron Fox decides not to renew, extend here, sign a contract, then the Heat, would be a team that's interested. But it's no news there or anything. Like, they should be interested in the best players, intrigued with the best players in the league. Anybody that's coming up on a contract situation. I mean, when you look at it, they should be intrigued by Luka Doncic. They should. I mean, that's just a name. Like, I'm intrigued by them. If you ask me, Drapes, what about the thought of Luka here? And sign me up. Shai, sign me up. Like, come on. What do we? I mean,
yeah. He says if things go south in Minnesota after dealing Karl Anthony Towns and all the ownership questions, could Edwards seek new digs? He's not even saying he would. He's asking the question.
Could.
Yeah. Will Antetokounmpo ask out of Milwaukee? And as you said, Fox potentially could hit the open market after not agreeing to a new extension with Sacramento. Actually, he asks that too. Does Fox hit the market after not agreeing to a new deal? Question mark. So I just think these are things that are pretty self-evident.
Right.
The biggest thing is Giannis now, because everybody's talking about it. But Bobby Marks, I don't know if you saw this yesterday. Bobby Marks said he's not trying to force his way out. Right now, a team in that situation, they're trying to figure it out. He says, so this narrative about Giannis forcing his way out or trade, he says, we're way, way, way premature with all of that stuff. But, it's the type of thing that people like to write about.
Let me ask you this.
There's nothing to it.
There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
And this kind of thing upsets me. Even if, let's say, it's true about Giannis.
If what's true about Giannis?
With Siegel's like,
Miami's kind of keeping an eye.
Yeah,
a lot of teams
or if it's true about Anthony Edwards, like if things go south, I don't want to say I'm getting tired of it, but what happened to sticking it out and making the situation better yourself?
Okay, so you're getting tired of the players doing that, not people.
Yeah. Like Giannis, you won a championship there in Milwaukee. Ant-Man, you got a nice team around you. Just be like, I look at Tatum and Jaylen Brown and what they went through and everything. And they kept knocking, they kept fighting, and they finally broke through. Now it's like, if you don't win in 3 or 4 years, it's like, oh, I got to look for greener pastures. No, go be better, Giannis. Be healthy when it matters the most in the playoffs. He hasn't been healthy the last 2 years, Whitey. You wanted Dame Lillard there. Like, don't do that to the organization. Come on now. And so I'm all for player empowerment, but the players have the power. I look at a guy like LeBron James, for instance. I like LeBron. I like watching him play. I think he's the GOAT. But you wanted to bring in Russell Westbrook. You're making all these moves, and then when they don't work out, not saying LeBron's doing this, but when they don't work out, then be like, oh, I'm going to jump ship and go somewhere else. KD in Brooklyn. Oh, I want to play with Kyrie and James Harden. Well, you got your wish.
Paul George and Kawhi with
Paul George and Kawhi. It didn't work out, and now you want to jump ship? I think that's kind of weak. And so hopefully this doesn't happen with Giannis. Like, to me, he should be a Milwaukee Buck for the rest of his career. Have faith in your management and your ownership, which they've shown they're willing to do, surround you with talent. Like, obviously, Drew Holiday is a tremendous player, but Dame Lillard is a top 75 all-time player. They surrounded him with the guy he wanted to play with. They listened to Giannis because they wanted to keep him. They've done all they can do. They got rid of a coach for you, brought in Doc Rivers. At some point, some of these players got to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm in this with you guys. Let's figure this out together instead of jumping ship.
I'm trying to think who it has worked for. LeBron has made it work, right? In a couple of places.
Yeah.
Miami, then back to Cleveland, and you could say with the Lakers too. I'd have to say, big picture, it worked for AD.
Yep.
But Dame Lillard, I mean, it's a little early, but that didn't work. James Harden, is any of that worked for him? I mean, maybe he's fine with it. Maybe he's like, I don't really care as long as I'm someplace I want to play. But it's hard to do. It's hard for a player to muscle his way out of a situation and end up in a good situation.
Durant
and Kevin Durant.
Thank you. Yeah.
Think about Kevin Durant too, man. Leaving Golden State.
It worked at first. I mean, going to Golden State, but then leaving. Yeah.
He got what he wanted, got what he needed, then leaving, and it hasn't worked since then. But I look at a guy like, let's say, Dame, and I put him in a different category because he's never won. He's been there a long time. He paid his dues.
Oh, so you're saying it's okay for him?
For him, I get it. As you're nearing the end of your career and you haven't won, then you start looking at legacy. It's like, all right, I was here 10 years. I gave it all. It's just not happening. But Giannis just won 3-4 years ago, Whitey. You know what I mean? He just won a few 4 or 5 years ago. And he has not been healthy when it matters the most. And so don't come to me and all of a sudden, the frustrating thing, if I'm the organization, I'm the one that's frustrated. We went out there and got Dame. It hasn't worked. We went out there and got Doc Rivers for you. It hasn't worked. You haven't been healthy. They should be the one frustrated. They've cowered, they've placated Giannis. They've given him everything he's asked for. He shouldn't, and I'm not saying he does want it. I'm just saying if what Brett Siegel is throwing out there eventually becomes true. And so, man, stick it out, Giannis.
That's the problem that teams have when they have a superstar that they think might leave and they start to try to placate them because then you're at cross purposes. We're going to do things to keep you here, even though those things might not be good for the franchise.
Yeah.
We'll hope they are. That's what, Dallas was kind of facing that possibility with Luka, and he stayed there and they made it work and got at least to the finals, but it's tricky.
And it's hard to win. I brought up the Celtics and I'll bring them up again. Brad Stevens and those guys year after year tinkered with the squad. Remember, first it was Kyrie, then it was Kemba Walker, and now finally they got the perfect mix. It takes time.
It does.
And just because you don't have success in 2-3 years and don't win it all, don't be looking to jump ship. And I understand with Ant Edwards, let's say they got rid of Karl Anthony Towns and for Julius Randle. You could be upset about that. But that's not a reason to leave. You're still too young. Now, if you're in year 9 and 10 and it's not happening, okay, I get it, but not year 4.
Yeah, the thing about Boston, and you were there, so you know this better than me, but until halfway through that year where they ended up losing to the Warriors in the final, so until January of that year, there was talk that we might have to bust this up. They didn't know it was going to work.
Those guys up.
Yeah.
Fire their coach.
All
sorts of things. No, you're right about that. And they didn't know, but then it shifted. It changed. And the way the NBA is too now, and I look at the Western Conference, and right now, OKC's up. But remember, 2 years ago, OKC and Minnesota, they were towards the play-in stages of the Western Conference. It could change just like that. And so I look at the Milwaukee Bucks, and I think they're 2-6 on the season.
Yeah, they won last night.
They have not been healthy. Chris Middleton hasn't played yet.
Right.
Giannis past 2 postseasons. And so whose fault is that? You can't look at the organization and be like, y'all, you guys are messing up. You guys haven't been healthy. So, yeah, I hope it doesn't come to that with these guys.
Yeah, they made a change in their starting lineup now that they're saying that. Energized them last time. So we'll see. Yeah, but I think it's a little discouraging how premature all of the Giannis wants out of Milwaukee is. I mean, the season just started.
Yeah, just
can we focus on what's going on the floor?
Right.
Oh, speaking of the floor, home court advantage in the NBA. We wonder a lot about why the Kings don't have more of a home court advantage. Is home court in the NBA, home court advantage, is it dead? We'll look at that next. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-290-0239. 800-290-0239. Again, that's 800-290-0239. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number 1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, Elk Grove report.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Yeah. Coming to you from the Golden One Center is a question for you, Drapes. From Manny to Legit. Why do you, Drapes? Expectations for tonight's game against Clippers. Who will guard Powell? Keegan? What do you got?
Man, that's a tough cover, right? Norman Powell, quick perimeter player, kind of physical. I'm looking at this Clippers lineup. I think that probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
For the Sacramento Kings. Who's guarding James Harden? Throwing De'Aaron Fox on Harden at the point?
He's really not playing well, is he?
No, he's not.
Harden's not playing well.
But he could explode. Like, he's still James Harden.
Yeah. Put Fox on him and have him pick his pocket all night long.
Yeah.
Somebody who's sitting next to me over here said earlier he saw Harden out here, and this is no surprise, but he had like the biggest ice bag you could imagine on each one on
really
each knee.
What time did you get here, RJ? Oh, they're Shootaround. Okay. Okay. All right.
No surprise, but
nah, man. He's old, you know. He's
35.
35, but shoot,
a lot of wear and tear on those wheels.
I wish I could have some ice packs on my knees every day I wake up, man. I don't know about you, but it takes some.
I sleep on an ice pack,
right? So. Seriously, man. These knees and Achilles always inflamed and in pain. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah. By the way, Norman Powell is averaging 25 points a game, shooting 53% from the floor. He's shooting 49% from the 3-point line.
So
and he
he's
says
having a good season.
He's off to a good start. And he's like, Paul George isn't here. I think we're gonna be okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the ball.
Their leading scorer, and you know what's crazy about Norman Powell. This is a guy that played alongside DeMar DeRozan in Toronto for 3 years. So you know, they're very familiar with each other's game. I mean, this guy can fill it up. You know, a UCLA product. I'm looking at. I didn't know he was a 4th and 6th man of the year voting the past 2 years. You know, I've just been concerned with the top 2 or whatever. And so now he gets to shine. No Kawhi, no Paul George. You know, they look to him to be a bucket getter.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about a lot is how come the Kings don't win more of their home games? And it's not like they, you know, the last couple of years they have had a winning record at home. But I know I've wondered, and we've discussed it. We've talked to coaches about it. How come they don't win more at home when they have the makings of a great home court advantage? And Jay saw something today at Yahoo Sports, and I don't know if you saw Drapes, but it's really interesting. There's an article asking if home court advantage in the NBA is dead. Well, it's not dead, but it has been impacted. Home court advantage has been impacted by the rise of the 3-ball. So I got some numbers here. Bear with me. Yeah, from 2000 through 2013, home teams won regular season games 60% of the time. So it's like, that's about what you think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, home court advantage in the NBA. 2014 was the first year teams started taking 20 3-pointers a game, and it went down to 58%. It held about there. Then we had, you know, the pandemic that threw things out of whack. Anyway, it went down to about 54% after the pandemic, and that's about where it's been. And the team that makes more threes wins about 67% of the time.
Yeah.
So that's a bigger advantage now than home court is the 3-point advantage. So this year, if the home team makes more threes, they're 39-19. If the road team makes more threes, they're 36-20. So it's pretty close. There's a little bit of an advantage to playing at home, but it's been neutralized somewhat by the rise of the 3-ball.
But what's interesting about that, you would think the home team would shoot better at home from 3, right? Like, and the road team would struggle. But based on that, it seems like it's 50-50, you know, based on, you know, some of the numbers you just said.
Yeah.
And, you know, Doc Rivers always says it's a make-miss league. And, you know, it boils, it's kind of simple, Whitey. You make your shots, you win. You know, you miss, you don't win.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, too, when you talk to players about it. They say they don't notice, like, the crowds, you know, like it doesn't throw them off. Like, once they're locked in and they're on the floor, like, they don't notice, you know, The crowd doesn't have an effect on their shots, which I always thought was crazy because, heck, I get 10 people watching me. I'm like nervous and everything like that. But it's
here's the number. Last number here. Over the last 5 years, when the home team makes more threes, they win 71% of the time. When the road team makes more threes, they win 62% of the time. So there is still an advantage to playing at home, but it's not what it used to be. And if you're making more threes, it doesn't matter where you're playing. You'd be playing on the moon.
Right. You just got to knock down your shot.
Yeah, so you still have all the factors of, travel and things like that. And you know what that's like. You're traveling all the time. So that's still a factor. Second game of back-to-back on the road, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But the three-point ball appears to be neutralizing the impact of home court advantage.
And we're talking about if you make more, not shoot better, or what's like the actual number you make, or is it the percentage you shoot?
Making more.
Making more. Yeah, that's probably and that's why you're seeing, teams shooting 40, 50 something threes a game.
Yeah.
Like it may not even be about the percentage too. Like you said, if you make more, you know what I mean? It's if you make 17 threes to their 12, it doesn't matter what the percentage is,
Yeah.
And so, it's the three is the top thing, I would argue, when it comes to how teams scout, get ready. It's like we need to knock down the three to win.
Where is this team with the three ball? We were talking to Slates yesterday with Anthony Slater on, and he was saying, they don't take as many threes this year. We that's not a surprise. He suggested, he's just talking here, but he said, I don't know, maybe it's hard to win down the NBA when you don't take a lot of threes, because like Boston has taken a ton of threes. I don't know if that's true. Does this team need to take more threes? A couple of years ago when Denver won the championship, they didn't take a lot of threes, but they made a very high percentage.
Right.
So is maybe Drapes, that's something that this team right now is still figuring out how many threes they got to just start making them for one.
Yeah, that's the
3-point shooting has been terrible.
Yeah, you got to start making them. And I think they've sacrificed and brought down the number of threes that they want to give up. Like Boston and some of those other teams, went all in on that. I think the Kings are looking to be the most efficient offensive team, whether that's 3, 2, whatever. And the numbers suggest that, Whitey. Look at their shooting percentage, talking about the Kings. They're 5th in the league. Last year, they were 14th. Now, if you remember, last year, they were 3rd in threes attempted.
Yeah.
But they weren't.
They were 16th in percentage.
Yeah, in percentage. And so I think they've sort of dialed back their number of threes, especially when you add a guy like DeMar, who's one of the most efficient 2-point shooters in the league, and went all in more on being efficient instead of just getting up 50 threes a game or whatever.
Yeah. By the way, I think he's up to like 38% now on his threes. He doesn't take a lot, DeMar, but that number continues to go up.
Yeah, 38.1. Yeah. 53% from the field.
Yeah.
At his position. And it's not it's not like he's around the rim. Like he's taking mid-range jumpers, and all day he's knocking those down. And so, no, I think DeMar has added a wrinkle to this offense because, and we talked about it the other day too, Whitey. Sure, you want to get threes up, you want to make threes, but this Kings offense is still good, still top 5 in the league, despite not knocking down their threes so far.
Yeah, the reason teams take a lot of threes is because if you're making them, you're more efficient. Threes more than 2. But if you can still be efficient offensively without taking a ton of threes, you don't need to.
Right.
Yeah. And as you say, the offensive numbers are very good. And that's even with the fact that they're not making threes yet.
Right.
And they, and the 3-point shooting has been well below what these guys should be shooting.
How about this, Whitey? The when it comes to the three, shooting 33% from 3 is like shooting 50% from 2. Well, if you look at the Kings, they're at 48.4% from 2, 32.5% from 3. So really they're right. The 2s and 3s are negligible right now. Like they're getting, the same amount from both. Now, if they shot 38% from 3, 39, then you could transition and say, yes, we want to take more threes. But if you're not making them, it doesn't make sense to take more threes.
Drapes, I'm worried about De'Aaron Fox's fingers and how it might be impacting his shooting. And who knows? He knows if it's bothering him or not. And I understand. I'm not saying you need to sit him down, that would be ridiculous. But if he can't make the 3-point shot because of the finger, he's going to have to at some point. If he can't, he's going to have to start taking fewer or something, right?
Well, yeah.
We don't know, but he hasn't been shooting the 3 ball well at all.
Probably not taking 10, 11 a game.
Thank you. Yes.
But remember, he was just 4 of 6 2 games ago. I think it was in Miami from 3. And so I think maybe be a little more selective in your 3-point shooting, especially like you said, with the finger injury, maybe you shouldn't be taking 11 threes a game. 5 or 6 might be good enough.
Seemed like maybe he would say, you don't understand. It's not bothering me at all. I don't know.
Right.
An 0 for 11 and then the last game, whatever way.
2 for 8.
Yeah.
2 for 8.
He's better than he's proven that over the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's definitely better than that. And what's his season numbers? I got him right here. 29.1%.
Yeah.
Is that finger or is it just like Keegan Murray, 31.4? His guy's just missing. I would say probably only he knows.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
How much that finger is bothering him. Because he's shown in some games he's been able to knock it down. Why in Miami are you 4 of 6? But then last time out against Toronto, you're 2 of 8. I don't know what's about.
It's kind of funny, and maybe it's just one of those anomalies because it's so early in the season. But the 2 guys that you wondered about as far as the 3-point shooting are DeRozan and Domas. And Domas is making, and neither one's taking a lot. I think Domas is at 50% on his threes.
Yep.
And as we just said, as you just shared with us, you got DeRozan at 38%. So,
man, if DeRozan stays there,
yes.
This is going to be one of the most efficient seasons offensively we've seen. Because he's flirting around with the 50, 40, 90 club. He's at 87% from the free throw line, better than 52% overall. And the thing is, I was talking to somebody earlier about him. He's not breaking a sweat out there, I don't think. I think, what we're seeing from DeMar DeRozan, he's not like exerting himself too much. Yeah, it's so smooth, man. It's so smooth.
Yeah. Want to see what you think of something Jay and I had to say yesterday about Domantas Sabonis when we come back to the Golden One Center. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
How about this story? Bucs exploring trade options amid 2-6 start. You know who's on the Bucs, right? Bobby Portis.
Oh, our guy.
Yeah, according to ESPN, the speculation is true. The Bucs are starting to canvass the league for a trade. League executives told ESPN, but no, not that trade. The concept of Giannis reaching the trade market, right for rumors, but teams have let the Bucs know in recent months they would make an offer for the Greek Freak if that day ever comes. But apparently, the Bucs may be looking at maybe some trades, but they're not looking at trading a Giannis. But that could work out great for the Kings, right? If Bobby Portis is available, let's go.
Yeah, that would probably be my top target in terms of filling that 4 position for Sacramento. We've talked about Jeremy Grant, John Collins, but Bobby Portis is that dude.
Yeah.
What would it take to get him, I wonder? If you're selling off pieces, they're probably interested in picks and young players. Right?
Yeah, they're just saying, the Bucs are saying it's not a reality as far as Giannis going, but there are incoming calls, not outgoing calls. It's likely to remain that way on Giannis. But ESPN says the Bucs are starting to canvass a league for a deal. What would they want? They probably want something that's going to upgrade them right away. Do they need any shooting? Do they need any wing players that will provide shooting and some draft capital? I'm just trying to figure out.
Who you trying to sell somebody off, big fella?
I'm trying to get Bobby Portis in here.
Here's the thing. I think
Jay, do you want Bobby Portis?
Of course,
sign me up.
But if you're the Bucs, you want someone. You're not selling off pieces to tank.
I know.
You need somebody that's going to make a difference. And I think they're going to be looking, for a sizable, a good player, not another team's cast-offs, if you will.
Yeah, Milwaukee is in the second apron of the luxury tax, prohibited from aggregating salaries to make a deal and from taking back more money than it sends out.
I tell you what, man, Jay, give me my music, big fella. I need my music. I need my music because I'm sitting here. I'm focused on tonight's game.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Whitey, I understand we got 4 hours or 3.5 hours of content. I understand. Who was it? Jake Siegel or Joe Siegel? What was our boy's name?
Is it Brett Siegel?
Brett Siegel, man.
I know he got things he got to write about. I know First Take, NBA Today, they got stuff to talk about. I know friend of show, Farmer Bleezy, got some thoughts. But can we please quiet down on the trade talk? It's like that's what the NBA has turned into. It's not even about the games anymore. It's about, can we make this move? Can we make that move? Look at the YouTube chat, Whitey. Farmer Bleezy, who we like. He's a friend of the show. He listens to us all the time. He says, Huerter for Portis. Call it in, Monty. Kevin Huerter's been a valuable part of our team. And here we are 9 games into the season. Got our 9th game tonight. And we're talking about trading the starter? It ain't even mid-November yet. We haven't even reached Thanksgiving. This is the problem with the NBA. And I know people like to talk about it. But we focus too much on trades and got to improve the team and we got to ship this guy out for that guy. The ESPN trade machine has ruined the NBA because now everybody and their mom can sit on their couch, punch up the NBA trade machine on ESPN and say, how about this deal? How about that deal? How about so-and-so for Giannis and 2 second-round picks? Shut up and just let the games play out. Let Monty do his job. Let Wes do his job. Let Paul do his job. It seems like the NBA now is less about the actual games and more about the sideshow, the speculation, the rumors. I mean, I'm getting tired of it, Whitey. I'm getting tired of it, big fella. Here we are. We got a big game against the Clippers tonight. You got James. I need to be talking about who the hell is going to stop James Harden tonight. Not Farmer Bleezy talking about Huerter for Portis. Let's do it right now. These boys trying to get ready for a game right now. And I understand we got 3.5 hours of content. But it seems like in the last 10 years or so, the NBA has, and this is what made it popular, I get it, but the NBA has shifted from what's happening on the floor to the speculation. And maybe that's all of our country right now. It's not about reality. It's about what if. what could be, instead of like acknowledging, you know what, these Kings are 5-3. They won 5 out of 6. I don't need to make a major trade of a core piece, because Kevin Huerter, in my opinion, is a core piece. Let's stop that, Kings fans. Come on, man. That frustrates me. Drape's Take is brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
Look, I got you, big fella. I hear you. I do.
But I'm saying,
I do.
Whitey, all right, go ahead.
I hear you. I do. But if the Bucs continue to play poorly, Bobby Portis might be available. And that's worth keeping an eye on.
Here's the problem.
That is worth keeping an eye on.
You got more people writing about rumors and innuendo and trades in the NBA than actual games. You got people sitting on their mom's basement couch with the plastic cushions and everything covering it that ain't even ever been into a locker room saying, ooh, this trade makes sense. Ooh, if the Bucs sell off, how about Bobby Portis? Ooh, if the Sixers don't get right, maybe Joel Embiid. Like, that's not journalism to me. That's just throwing stuff out there. That's just, not clickbait, but it's trying to get engagement, if you will. Anybody can do that, Whitey.
I know.
Give me some. Now, if my guy Chris Haynes comes out and says, yeah, word is the Bucs are looking to sell off, okay, then we can have that discussion. But I don't even know where you got the report from about Bobby Portis. But
they didn't mention Bobby Portis, but it was ESPN, and they say the Bucs are looking at deals, and not Giannis.
But they might be looking at deals to add to their roster, not necessarily trade a core piece.
They might.
We don't know. But this is what I'm talking about. It's all about what ifs.
I know,
speculation.
But
that's what the media has turned into right now.
Yes, but you and I have been talking for months about, wow, it'd be nice to add a forward. Bobby Portis has been like the dream. Like, wow, he'd be great. Now it's just a situation worth keeping an eye on. That's all. It looks like it's not a pipe dream necessarily if the Bucs are talking to teams. So that's why I mentioned it.
No, I'm not mad at you.
I know you're not.
It's just the nature of the business right now.
Yeah.
It's more about what the team needs than, all right, let's talk about tonight's game.
Yeah.
And I get it. I play that role all the time on TV because we got to inform and entertain. And it's entertaining. It's what the people are talking about. I get that. But man, that used to happen in December. Dog, we had trades being talked about after opening night. Like, I mean, it's a 12-month cycle now in the NBA, and sometimes it just gets tiring.
Well, I think what it is the trade talk starts when the Christmas decorations go up, and that gets earlier every year, right? So
let's go to Costco, man. In July, they got Santa hanging up in Costco, but I don't know, man. And then Farmer Bleezy just coming in like, yeah, let's get rid of Kevin Huerter for Bobby. Let's do it. Monty, I'll call him up right now. Man, be quiet, Farmer Bleezy. Like, come on now. Let's.
Well, you're a Kevin Huerter guy too, though.
100%.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Huerter's been fantastic. And then you got people out here. Hold on here. Listen to what this guy said, Whitey, here on the YouTube chat. And I understand people, trying to come up with deals and things like that. Drapes trading Kevin would free up more guard minutes for Keon and put DeRozan down to the 2. Think about that, though. Kevin's one of our best shooters.
I have thought about it.
Kevin is one of our best shooters. Like, we need Kevin Huerter. The offense is top 5.
Yeah, with him, and the other starters, that's one of the top 5-man groups in the NBA right now.
Exactly. I don't know, man. Here we are. What's today? November 8th, getting ready for a game, and it's like I said, it's the nature of the business. I just wish anytime Joe Schmo tweets something that the whole world don't have to react to it. Oh, Brett Siegel said this. Oh, Andy Bailey had this. Oh, like, screw those guys, man. Give me some. Now,
but this wasn't Brett Siegel.
But this is a staff report from ESPN. Put a name on it, Whitey. Put a name on it.
I'll have to double check that.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, if Shams is saying that, okay. All right, let's talk about that. But it's just too many, like, people throwing things out there and then, you know, everybody chasing it for engagement.
But you know how it is. Kings fans recognize this is a good team. This is a team that could be really good. You look at the roster, they might need a little more depth in the front court. So if a name like Bobby Portis could be available, you can't blame Kings fans. You're going, wow, that would be something. It's something to keep an eye on.
All right,
the Bucs are 2-6.
We'll keep an eye on. Let me apologize to Farmer Bleezy. He just said, damn, Drapes, I'm at work too and not at home on the couch. So my bad. You ain't on the couch with the peppermints hanging out and the cushions and the pennies in the bottom of it. But geez, man, I get trade talk. It gets old after a while because it's like we chase everything.
Yeah.
So-and-so said this, let's react. So-and-so said this, let's react. It gets old after.
Yeah. If you think the trade talk is old now and it's not even Thanksgiving yet, I mean, you better dig in. You better talk bluff, right? Because you know how it's going to be around here.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and Kevin Huerter's my guy. I guess
that's the thing. I may say this isn't Drapes, but to me, I just know he doesn't appreciate it when we're speculating about Kevin Huerter's future.
Right, and too, Whitey, if it's a legitimate in terms of, you know, word is, you know, Chris Haynes, Bobby Portis, or the Bucs are looking to, you know, sell off pieces. Like Bucs are looking to be active, or they're looking to make trades. I'm like, that could mean anything. Maybe they want to go out there and get a star player. Maybe that's what they're as. Just because they say that doesn't mean we have the assets in there. I don't know. Sports talk radio is a lot of speculation now. Sometimes it gets a little old, big fella. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Bucs exploring trade options. We'll look at that closer. That's always a good idea. And then when we come back, I want to see what you think of what Jay and I want to do for Domas starting tonight. Next year from the Gold One Center. Sacktown Sports.
Hello, I'm Frank Hock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. The election cycle has come to an end. While who resides in the White House and controls Congress and the Senate influences investment behavior, there are a few things that matter more. One is earnings. If a company is unable to turn sales revenue into earnings, then it may not be a desirable investment for some. The value of a company based on its stock price is another consideration. Many items go into a stock's value, but if a company can produce high gross revenue with low cost, it might increase the value of the company. Economic conditions may determine the viability of the company or set its potential value either higher or lower. Finally, the monetary policies of the Federal Reserve can increase or decrease the flow of money in the economy, which can affect the economy and companies' earning potential. While the ebb and flow of DC politics has an effect, focusing on more fundamental issues can lead investors to make more educated decisions. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named a top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free, and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Tesla, keeping it real tour. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla. Keeping it real to it.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number one claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, sold on report.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
So excited to be at the Golden One Center. So excited because Drape suggested earlier. I asked him as a favor. He says we might be able to have a Drive Guys shoot around out here before the show one day. I suggest we get some listeners out here, and he's like, I don't think so. Listen, come on, man.
Like, seriously, what do you mean? Like who? Compio?
Farmer Bleezy.
Farmer Bleezy?
Yeah.
You gotta get him out of his grandma's basement first. But no, I'm messing with you, Farmer Bleezy. You're my guy, man. I apologize.
What's the most free throws you've made in a row? Just even in your driveway or just?
I have no idea. I don't practice free throws. I'm shooting 3 balls. I'm skying in for dunks in my driveway, stuff like. I don't know. How many of you hit?
A lot. I'm pretty.
You actually kept count?
Yeah, because I would do that sometimes, like see how many in a row I can make. And I was talking to RJ. He was telling us he was 1 for 10 at Stockton, and I asked what shots were they, and he said free throws.
1 for 10 for free throw? Damn, you're like Chris Dudley.
I told you uncontested,
man. Jeez,
I used to work with this guy, and his name is Shamari Block, and he's a great guy, and he's from Vallejo. And he was a football player, and I think he played some basketball. So I was just talking to him one day, and we're talking about, basketball. And I asked him, what's the most free throws you made in a row? And I think he said something, maybe 2. And I was like, what? You played basketball? And that's the most.
I've never just sat there and shot free throws. I don't think I've ever just sat there, maybe in like practice or something like that at the end. But then you take 2 and then you rotate around.
I get that.
Yeah.
I used to do it all the time, but I get it.
Yeah.
I
don't think I've ever just sat there. Let me see, how many, usually I was like, we were playing pickup or, I don't think I ever just sat there.
But you did that with 3 balls?
Just in like a 3-point shootout. Like practice that kind of thing or something like that. But
All right. Well, that'll be fun if we ever get to do that. Thanks for even looking
real quick
that.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Are you a half-court basketball guy? Like, do you enjoy half-court?
Only if I have to.
I hate half-court.
Yeah, I do too.
Half-court that's not real basketball.
Right.
That's that, And then if you airball it, they could go right back up, or you got to, clear it. I like to get up and down.
Yeah.
I like to get up and down.
Yeah. I the last one I was playing all the time, we played at OLA Gym, which was kind of a short court. It was full court, but it was shorter. That was really nice.
That was nice, right? Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever done this, but sometimes you haven't played in a while, and you go out like you play a charity event or something in a real floor, and it's like you get winded real fast.
Yes.
Wow.
Like looking at this floor,
Yes.
like if we go out there and try to play full court on this.
Yeah.
I used to always want to institute a no fast break rule
Mhm.
because then it gets sloppy and everything. If you're just
Right.
running up and down, that's not fun.
Right. It's amazing how far 94 feet is
Yeah.
if you haven't played it in a while.
It's no joke.
I have some clarification on the Bucs stuff. Okay.
Oh, you got a little okay. All
Yeah,
right.
because you were asking some, good questions. This story about the Bucs canvassing the league, it comes from Brian Windhorst. He wrote, "The speculation is true. The Bucs are indeed starting to canvass the league for a trade, but not that trade." He says Giannis ain't going anywhere. And to the point you made, he says they're trying to add some more pieces around him.
Right.
to dig themselves out of this hole.
Right. That's I mean, now if this was February and they're 10-37 or something, then they might be in a selling. I think they're looking to be buyers right now. And so I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not going to get fired up anymore. I'm good.
Getting fired up on a Friday.
Yeah. Because I'm pumped, big fella. I'm on the call for tonight's game. I'm down there. It's me and Katie. And so I'm
save some of the energy for that.
I know, right? I know. And so I got to dust off the vocal cords, the announcing pipes, and get ready for tonight.
Now, what did you think of Domas's game? Jay made the point yesterday that if Jokic had done what Domas did, 6 for 6, triple-double, didn't miss any shots, no turnovers, Jay says that would have been on ESPN constantly. What did you make of depending on how you want to frame it, perfect game from Domas?
Tremendous game. Great game from Domas. Something that hasn't been done since, 1977, 78. I got it right here. Triple-double without missing a field goal or free throw and having 0 turnovers in the game. And Jay's 100% right. If it was Jokic, it would be. That happens. That's like saying, if so-and-so, I'll throw out a guy, if Keon gets 6 steals in the game, if LeBron did that, it'd be all over. It's just the nature of it. Jokic is a face of the NBA. Domantas Sabonis is a face of the Sacramento Kings, and he's not going to get the love, unfortunately, wrongly, that he should get. I mean, it's facts, And so Jay's right. Yeah, if it was Jokic, he would get all that love.
I mentioned these numbers yesterday, Drapes. I don't know if you've seen these. These are from Hoops Hype. They have something called the global rating, and it combines individual, team stats, ranks players based on their court impact, factors in missed games. So right now for 24-25, these global ratings from Hoops Hype, number 1 is Jokic. Number 2 is Tatum. Number 3 is AD. 4 is Shea. 5 is KD. 6 is Booker. 7 is Domantas Sabonis. 7th in the association. And by the way, Luka is 8th. DeMar DeRozan is 9th.
So we got 2 in the top 9.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
That's tremendous. And the thing about Domas, man, it's every night. It's his consistency. He just does it every single night. 3 triple-doubles, 7 straight double-doubles so far this year. And you're right. Like, if he had a more fancy game, like Domas is never going to make a top 10 unless it's a game winner or maybe posterizing somebody. But a rebound isn't sexy. You know what I mean? Maybe a good pass, that kind of thing. But he's not the face of the league like Jokic is, but he's playing extremely well. He's playing at an all NBA level once again. And so that fame and fortune and notoriety that we're seeking may not come, but it doesn't matter. He's still doing. Oh shoot, Selena got a delivery here. RJ been on my butt all day. He's been like, yo, where's the grub? Okay, I see you got your sparkles on too, girlfriend. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yes. Sorry about that. There you go, RJ. You can eat, Feel like
Boots here, Captain Free Throw.
I know. I feel like I'm in jail. RJ gets 3 squares. He's been waiting at his jail cell for us to come down and say, all right, chow time. We got you, big fella. We got you.
Let me finish this and let's go see 3 free throws. How we do.
Yeah, let's get down there and shoot some free throws.
Man, you talk about my free throws. I want to see De'Aaron Fox set up this radio stuff. That's what I want to see.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Good point.
That's a good point. But
how soon, if he keeps playing like this, anything like this, and so does DeRozan, when is it too early for home fans, when one of them shooting free throws, to start the MVP chance? And I know they're not going to win the MVP, but it's a way of.
We have done that before. Yeah. I feel like the second home game, there was a chant for DeMar for MVP or something like that.
Because, Jay's been saying the Kings need to promote them more too. And that would be way, especially if, I don't know when the next nationally televised game is, but Kings fans chanting that would get some attention. I'm sure everybody, hey, you have no idea how well these guys are playing right now.
Right. No, I'm with you on that. But I've said, I think Domantas Sabonis is a Hall of Famer, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at his accolades. Look at the trend he's on. He continues this for another 3, 4, 5 seasons. he's a Hall of Famer in my book. And so I think we recognize what he does around here, his value to the team nationally. He may not get the recognition like we talked about, didn't make the all-star team. They got that wrong. But you can't deny what he's doing night in and night out. And you know what happens, and Jay, I'm sure, agrees with this. If people aren't going to give you your respect, you got to go out there and take your respect. And that's what I think Domas is doing this season.
Do you think that he benefits more from having DeMar around than any other teammate? He played the last 2 years. He's been third team all league. So it's not like he was okay and now he's playing really well. He's been outstanding. This is a third consecutive year. But it almost seems like he's getting better shots. So he's even more efficient with DeMar. I'm not sure exactly why, but it looks that way to me.
Yeah, and I think, how many times is he open at the top of the key?
Yeah.
How many times is he, dealing with one-on-one coverage? And so, I think, he is benefiting a great deal from DeMar DeRozan, as is everybody else. But like you said, maybe even more than anybody else. But the thing I'm noticing about him, man, is just the quicker decisions that he's making. I mean, it's unbelievable. When he gets the ball at the top of the key, it's split second. Either I'm firing or I'm putting it on the deck and I'm blowing by somebody. And that's something, the growth we've seen in Domantas Sabonis.
By the way, you've sparked a whole thread in the chateau about, half courts. Ryan Williams are only half enough room for a half court in most mothers' basements. So people-
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Farmer Bleezy is JD 209. Farmer Bleezy dunking on a little Tykes court in Mama's basement.
He didn't deserve that.
No, he came in. He's trying to trade my guy, and I had to stick up. I said, nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
All right, when we come back, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot about the Kings over the next 5 games starting tonight. And how about Keon? Is he now a closer? That's coming up from the Golden One. Got Jerry Reynolds coming up top of the hour, too. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Lob ball. George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. And participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Rev up the excitement during Sky River Casino's Table Games exclusive Lexus giveaway. Starting November 1st, get in on the action as a Sky River Rewards member for your chance to win a 2025 Lexus NX350 H SUV. Earn entries with qualifying hands played at your favorite table games. Boost your chances with double entries every Monday and Tuesday. Then on November 29th, you could drive off in style with a brand new 2025 Lexus SUV. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
The great Jerry Reynolds going to join us top of the hour. Drive Guys from the Golden One Center, Kings and Clippers tonight. Brandon Dietzman in the Chateau says, my wife asked me if I'm a pizza guy. We're getting that Malik Monk special tonight. Yeah. They got one where, I don't know, you punch out the box and it's a basketball hoop. And then,
have you seen that yet?
I've only seen it in the commercial.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Malik is a perfect pizza guy.
Yeah, he loves it, man. And
Ben McLemore was the worst pizza guy.
Really?
Sorry. You see,
why? Because he just wasn't that
it was
good
like Isaiah Thomas is a pizza guy. Ben McLemore is like, well, we got to have one, so will you do it? You know,
like Isaiah, you could see a Malik is a pizza guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. How about Nick Stauskas? Is he a pizza guy? Would he be a good pizza guy? Yeah. No. Okay. Willie Cauley-Stein?
No.
Okay. I don't know. What's the criteria?
I don't either, but I know when you say them, I know who is and I know who isn't.
Right. You just know it, right?
Yes.
You just know
it.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the Kings here, but I just saw this. Perhaps you saw this. Cam Inman tweeted this an hour ago about the 49ers. Nick Bosa was, quote, extremely limited, end quote, in 49ers practices after getting a hip pointer early in Wednesday's session. He banged into someone. Kyle Shanahan told reporters that Bosa is questionable for 49ers at Bucs. Questionable. So also questionable McCaffrey, and that's really a technicality. Mustafa and Debo are questionable.
Questionable, huh?
Yeah. I mean, pro football being what it is, most questionable guys find a way to play, but 49ers still a little banged up.
Yeah, a little banged
coming
up,
out of the
right?
bye. And you're loving it.
No, I'm trying to find that story here. All right, here it is. I see it. I typed in Nick Bosa on Twitter X and, looking for that story and seeing a lot of other things. So I was trying to find it, I was trying to find it. Okay, here you go. Nick Bosa questionable. Yeah. That's tough, man. That's tough. And I know the Bucs offense is missing some players, but I don't care who you are, Whitey. If you can't get pressure on, if you give a quarterback all that time,
you're right,
to survey the crowd, survey the field, you're going to have some problems. And we know the Niners pass rush hasn't been, all
it was supposed to be.
All it was supposed to be. And so if he's not 100%, we both think he's playing, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like he's not going to miss some time. But no, this is a big injury.
Baker's gimpy though. He got that bad toe.
He ain't got to move around if nobody. He just got to stand there like a statue. Look like Peyton Manning out there. Don't have to move around if there's no pass rush.
As long as we're talking football here, and we do have Jerry coming up top of the hour. I want to ask you a couple things about the game last night. First of all, 35-34 is a great game, very entertaining game. Baltimore wins. With less than a minute to go, the Bengals score to make it 35-34. They could kick and go presumably to overtime or go for two. They went for two, which I thought was the right move. They didn't convert.
Right.
There was probably should have been some flags on the play, but I think they made the right move. What do you think? Because we just talked about that with Tampa Bay against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think so too, because what we saw late in that game, the last quarter and a half or whatever, their defense could not stop Baltimore at all. Like it was a sieve, Baltimore got whatever they wanted. that game was in Baltimore too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're on the road. And so I get it. You go for the win. I mean, you got belief in your team and your offense to get it done.
And the Ravens had scored like 5 possessions in a
row.
or
Yeah,
something.
they were just marching down.
So the Bengals knew if we lose the coin flip, we're not going to stop them.
Right, exactly. I don't question that call at all. Should some flags have been called?
Yes.
You think Gesicki got held on that, or did he sell it a little bit?
He was trying to go up to catch the pass, and he was being tackled as he was going up for the pass. I think there was another player that was held on the other side of
the receiver. Yeah.
And then you had Burrow getting hit in the face, clearly in the face mask.
Yeah.
And you had
they swallowed the whistle there. The flag.
Yeah, they're on NBC. Excuse me, it was on Amazon. Terry McCauley. Well, Terry, what do you think? Yeah, that's a penalty there, and that also should have been a penalty. And I'm not saying that the league is out to help the Ravens at the Bengals' expense, but the officiating is it's dreadful. Even Al Michaels said, he goes, boy, there's too many games that end like this, and it's really frustrating for fans.
Yeah, and I don't think that the officials are angling for any reason or trying to help a team.
They're just terrible.
They're bad. Yeah, they're just bad in the most crucial of moments. And I know it's a hard job, and more so now than ever before, Whitey. When you're sitting at home watching the game, and you're watching 8,000 replays, these guys got to make split-second judgments. That's their job. I know that. That's why they get paid, yes, but it's tough, man. We get the vantage point of like watching it over and over on the replays and say, all 22, you could zoom in here, zoom in there. These officials, the game is moving so fast. I just think at times they're just bad. Like they just can't do it
Yeah.
And it hurts when it's at the most crucial time. Like if that same thing happened in the second quarter, it's not an issue. Al Michaels ain't talking about it. But because it happened on a 2-minute try, I mean, the 2-point conversion, it's a critical point of the game.
It does seem just, by the eye test, it seems like the NFL and 2-point conversions now, it's kind of like the end of an NBA game where the officials are like, we ain't going to decide this game for you.
Right.
And, you can't do that when it's a blatant penalty or when you have, like in that case, there's 3 that you could have called. It just, no one benefits from that. I actually think teams need to take that into account if they're in that situation again, especially if you're on the road. Like we go for 2 here, we could win. Yeah, but if we go for 2, they're not going to call anything.
Right.
So
yeah, and maybe that's the message to the players. Like, dude, we're not going to get help from the officials here on this play. Like, we got to execute and get it done. Our boy Farmer Bleezy, who's sticking with us.
You got to love-hate with Farmer Bleezy.
I'm just happy he's sticking with us. That's all.
I am too.
He said LASIK offered NFL refs free surgery after last night. Exactly, right? That's
bounces back strong.
Farmer Bleezy actually contributing something positive to the show.
I understand your point, Drape. Some of it happens so quickly,
right?
An official can't see it. But when a defensive lineman rushes the quarterback and with his hand strikes the quarterback in the front of the face mask, isn't that something that officials?
It's your job to see that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your job to see that. And like you said, they were just bad. And, I don't know what the correction is, though, Whitey. It's part of the game, and it sucks. I mean, you get robbed, you get jobbed by the officials, and, it's nothing you could do. There's no recourse.
I read something, and I think it was Mike Florio, and he said the NFL's never going to do anything about it. And he suggested that on some level, the NFL knows they think it's good for the game because we're all watching and we all want to complain about the officiating, and it's not something that's going to make us stop watching.
Right.
And they think it actually creates more interest.
Yes. Nobody's turning it off. Oh, screw that. I'm done watching it.
Right.
No, nobody. And we're in an age now where all publicity is good publicity, and we're talking about the NFL. If that call didn't happen, maybe we'd still be talking about the Bengals' epic comeback. But I look at, because this happened, this is on every sports talk radio. Oh, the Bengals got robbed, the NFL. And so, the NFL is on the minds of everybody now.
Yeah. As long as you spell our name right.
Yeah.
I think the only answer, Drapes, is the NFL has to adopt the last 2-minute report. I think that's the only
that's
the only
answer,
solution.
Right? That'll do it.
The last 2 minutes, here's the calls we missed. That'll solve everything.
But we know, and we know though, Whitey, that officials are graded, even NFL officials. And so, I mean, there are some checks and balances, if you will, some repercussions. You get graded. And if you miss a call, the officials, that'll be part of your resume or, and part of your grade. And
I think if you miss a call against the Chiefs, your grade goes up.
You've been
Am I right, Jay?
Too much.
Yes.
Y'all
if you
been
miss a
hanging
call
around
against
too
the Chiefs and the Chiefs benefit, your grade actually goes up.
Extra credit. That's what they call extra credit.
Yes.
Get extra credit for that, man.
Terrible. Extra credit.
Yes.
Extra
yes.
credit. Come on.
That's
Chiefs
why
about
that
to go to 9-0, fellas.
that right tackle, snaps
Keep
on
moving, huh?
3 and on 1. He's in position. He's ready to go. No flag.
Let me ask you, got to think other teams have sent the tape in. Like, look at this guy, right? Look at him. Look at, like, how is this legal? Like, he's getting a jump on every single play. And so
they said it's on the gather. That's what
on the gather, right? That's it's marginal contact. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Drapes
All right.
is not optimistic about the 49ers this week. And I want to think he's wrong, but I understand where he's coming from. It's all turning around this week. Here they come.
You think so?
Yeah.
Now with Bosa banged up,
he's got a little.
he's just a little hip.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. No, I mean, that's what Niners fans, the organization is hoping. All right, we hit the reset button. We had the bye. We get our guy back. Whatever happened the first 8 games of the season is in the rearview mirror. The goals are still there for this team. And sure, they got a tough schedule. I just feel like, and I've said it all season long, it just seems like they're scuffling. They're trying and they're digging, and it's just not getting the results. Ever since training camp with the injuries, the contract disputes, some of the losses, the injuries throughout the season. And so there's this hope that, things will turn around. What if it doesn't? Like, it doesn't automatically just, we got CMC and now everything's better. That's the hope, of course, for the Niners, but you just don't know.
Think how aggravating it has to be for Kyle Shanahan. Like, all right, we got a bye week. We get healthy. We don't have a game. And then Bosa's hurt. How did he get hurt? In practice, someone ran into him. He's questionable. Think how maddening that has to be.
Right.
We get guys hurt during our bye week.
Right. Everybody's supposed to be getting healthier. We're supposed to be the most healthy we've been all season long. And they're just snake bitten to an extent. And we got to see how it plays out. It's a big game, though. They must win. They got to win this one, right? Based
they
on
probably
their
do.
Schedule
They
and
probably
everything
do.
that comes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Jerry Reynolds is going to join us when we return to the Golden One Center. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Getting ready for more rain and longer nights? We've got you. Right now, you can earn up to $25 in bonus rewards when you buy 2 Sylvania Silver Star Ultra bulbs and 2 Rain-X Quantum Elite wiper blades. More rewards and better visibility at America's #1 lighting destination, AutoZone. Get in zone, AutoZone. Offer valid for AutoZone Rewards members. Restrictions apply.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power and Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't let cold season make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution for nasal congestion, Navage. Navage uses gentle suction to flush out your sinuses with refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all winter long. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at select Costco locations in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better fast. Check out Navage at your local Costco today. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
One of the great things about doing our show here from the Golden One Center on game nights is that we sometimes get kind of a sneak preview of what's to come. We talk about, there you go, right there. I don't want to say who it is in case that he's not actually here, but it looks like maybe one of the all-time Kings fan favorites may be in attendance tonight based on some graphics we're seeing on the big board.
Yeah, one of our top 15 guys.
Yes, and he thought he should have been higher.
Yeah, he thought he should have been higher. Yeah. And so if he's in the building, man, that's gonna be epic. That's gonna be huge tonight.
Speaking of fan favorites, nice enough to join us, Kings icon, the one and only Jerry Reynolds. How are you today, Jerry?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. I love the view of you guys at the arena there. I mean, it kind of actually makes you look a little younger, both of you, which is probably a very good thing, I think.
Sure. At this point, today, take what we can get. The Kings, as you know, Coach, they've won 5 of 6. In what ways do you think they need to improve to keep that going in the right direction?
Well, I mean, they've had some the last couple of games. The second halves have been awfully good basketball, so I certainly would start there. Continue to have great second halves. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have better first halves. But 3-point shooting and 3-point defensive shooting, I think there again, it's been a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem much longer, but it has been. And tonight, they've got some guys that make 3-point shots, so could be a problem.
Hey, Jerry, you brought up 3-point shooting, and Whitey and I were talking about it earlier in the show. The Kings, they're 5th in offensive rating, 5th best offense in the league, 5th most efficient offense, but yet they aren't shooting the 3 as well. Their 3-point attempts are down this season. Can you be successful in the NBA being an efficient 2-point team and not relying as heavily as Dallas, as Boston on the 3, do you think?
Yeah, I think you can, and I think they're on the right track. I mean, they're so efficient in the 2-point game, certainly with Domas and DeRozan in particular, and obviously Fox is good in there too. But the 3-point shooting, the idea that they're shooting fewer of them, I think it's good. Just get a better percentage, and that percentage goes up, and the effectiveness of the 2-point kind of mid-range game, that'd be better. I don't think they need to shoot any more 3s. They just need to make more of the ones they're shooting.
Jerry, this is kind of a leading question. I apologize for that, but I haven't been watching as much basketball as you have, but for what I have seen, Domas to me he brings a consistent level of effort maybe as much as anyone I've ever seen. I'm just wondering, is he one of the better players you've seen in terms of his effort level every single night?
Honestly, in my 70 years of watching basketball, or 70 from a young tad and playing, whatever, he is without a doubt the most hardworking, consistent, full energy guy I've ever seen. There has never been a King that consistently brings it every night. Some are more talented. There have been more talented ones, but what he gets out of his talent is just remarkable. And you see the stats every night and every game, and he said, well, 17 points. Yeah, and he took 6 shots to get them, and 13 rebounds or 12 assists, and just busted his hump and got knocked goofy and gets up and knocks somebody else goofy. And no, he's amazing. Like I say, he's what you'd like every player to be, just a guy that is ready to play when the ball goes up and plays it till the horn sounds.
Jerry Reynolds joining us. Hey, Jerry, what are you seeing from Keegan Murray this early in the season? I feel like he's giving the Kings sort of exactly what they want. Maybe not coming out there and scoring 30 every night, but he's doing a lot of the little things, I think, to help this team win.
Oh, absolutely. I think you and Katie have hit on it consistently. He's rebounding the ball better. He's getting on the offensive board. You're seeing him really attack the basket more. And obviously defensively, he's just made growth in just about every area. And I think he's one of those guys that, he's capable of getting 30, but he's going to play just as hard if he's going to score 10, and I think on this team, when you've got individual scorers like DeRozan and De'Aaron and Malik, there'll be nights he needs to fit in, and he knows how to do it and is willing to do it, which is maybe the bigger thing, that he'll do the dirty work and offense, will be there if they need him to be there.
Jerry, one of the things that really stood out to me about the win in Miami was the way the Kings, they started so slowly. They were down 13 at the half. They come back, they take the lead, then they lose it again, and they still found a way to win despite some calls that didn't go their way, despite the fact there were stretches they didn't play well. I thought the way they maintained their composure through all that was a really encouraging sign. What did you make of that?
Exactly that. They've had chances to win every game, and that means a lot to me. Because last year, and I think maybe Kyle and you guys pointed out on TV a little, is that last year's that a couple of those games would have been the kind of games that had rolled over, and but that Miami game was a terrific win, and they just kept battling. Miami is who they are. They don't really give you anything. The Kings just took it and got lucky at the end. There's no doubt that so Doma's not going to make that play very often, but it's also true he's the kind of guy that will try to make that play if need be.
Yeah, Jerry Reynolds joining us. Jerry, let's talk about tonight's game. No Kawhi Leonard, but they still got James Harden, and we've seen Norman Powell. Just how do you view tonight's matchup with the Clippers, who, have played a little bit better than I think people expected them to be?
Yeah, they have, and I think, Norman Powell's been terrific. That guy, he's one of those guys that I think most of us saw him through the years, and, he's one of the guys saying, boy, looks like he could be really good, and now he's really good. And, he's making about 60% of his, or 50% of his 3-pointers and 60% on twos, I think I was looking at. I mean, he'll be a tough cover for him. And so certainly the Kings will have their tough spot there. I mean, Zubac's much improved as a center. He's a little bit tough for Domas too, because he's bigger and equally strong. Now for Harden, I think we can, I hate to say this, I'll probably Harden get 50, but I think Kings can deal with him. I think they can get into him a little bit. He'll turn it over. If 5 years ago you couldn't have done that to him, but I think you can now. And then, but I think Amir Coffey and Chris Dunn are also keys. They're guys that not nearly enough was expected of, but they know it's their chance, and they early on, it's going to be a tough go. They're better than they're supposed to be, and I think mainly because you got some guys who are finally kind of their veteran guys who are getting their chance and kind of want to keep it.
When I watch the Clippers over the years, Jared, and this guy's in and that guy's out and that guy's hurt, it just seems to me the more I watch, the more I appreciate what a good coach Ty Lue is.
Yeah, he's as good as there is. And he gets as much out of his talent as you can. I mean, when you don't have guys there, you're not going to win big. And it's a shame with Kawhi. I mean, I know he's hurt, and I feel for him because that guy should be a top 5 guy in the league when he's healthy and playing at his best, but he just hadn't been that for years now, and it's a shame. And that's just tough for the league, really, because he's one of those guys you love watching play because of his greatness. But Ty, he's one of those coaches that kind of the Jerry Sloan method. He doesn't bitch about, doesn't think about the injuries or whatever. We play who we got, and we expect them to play. And I kind of I always like that, just don't whine about what you don't have. Just make sure that the guys you do have do the best they can.
What was it like coaching against Jerry Sloan?
It was scary. Because we were good friends, but I knew him and just the way they played. I mean, you talk about a team that brought it every night. I mean, Stockton and Malone. I mean, they would spank you a little bit and make you like it. And there was with Malone. I mean, there was very few guys that really just weren't scared of him. I always remember Tank Thompson we had. He was one of the rare guys. I really admired Tank so much because he wasn't afraid of Malone. He couldn't stop him, but he wouldn't back off of him. So that was Sloan was he was an intimidating guy. With players and referees, everything.
Hey, Jerry,
I was going to tell you, I always remember talking to Norm Van Leer. He and Sloan had the reputation of the toughest guard line, the old Bulls and stuff. And Norm was a CBA coach, and I was talking to him, and I said, man, you guys, about how physical they were and they intimidated everybody. And he said, yeah. He said, I wasn't that tough. He said, I played that way because I was scared of Jerry.
Wow. That's a great story. Hey, Jerry, you mentioned you just got to deal with what you have and make the best of it. I'm looking at our Kings bench, and it's been, not what we expected so far. As a coach, what do you do? What buttons can you push? Is it instill confidence, give them some more run, or if you don't have it, you don't have it?
Yeah, I think Mike Brown's doing the best he can there. Obviously, people will say, well, he's playing his starters huge minute. Well, of course he is, because that's how you can win. When the bench isn't giving you much, you can't play him a lot. I think he's still giving them chances, opportunities, especially like Trey Lyles to kind of get his game going. I think obviously the injuries to, and sickness of Huerter set him back a little bit. Kevin's playing well. And now that I think, to Coach Brown and his credit and Keon Ellis, it looks like he's got his game on track. So I think it's a thin bench. It's not going to be as good as I think we hoped it'd be, but just got to pray that the starters stay healthy. How's that?
There you go. Yeah. Coach, thanks, Jerry. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. We'll talk about some wins next week, too.
Yes.
There you go. Thank
you. And maybe
Jerry,
talk about another Chiefs win, maybe, huh?
All right, Jay. Cut him.
Okay. See you guys.
All right,
See ya.
Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry Reynolds.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Coaches, right? They're so logical sometimes. Of course, he's playing the starters.
Right. He's trying to win the game. Right?
When we come back, how close are the Kings? How close are they? I'm not saying they're there now. How close are they to having a big four? Next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
He's a monster. Murray the monster. Are the Kings anywhere near? Are they anywhere close to having a big four? Given Keegan's pedigree, what the Kings expect of him. I know they're not there now. We know what he's capable of. Is that anywhere on the board of possibilities?
That's a tough question, Whitey. Because I'm trying to, figure out what constitutes a big four.
Well, if he averaged anywhere near 20 a game, average 20 a game.
But then that won't happen. Though,
the math just doesn't.
The math, it just, but I look at a team, and I always bring them up, Boston. You could argue they have a big four.
Sure.
You could argue that.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like, are we talking a big four, meaning so valuable you need this guy on the team? Or are we talking a big four all-stars? Like the Lakers had with Malone and Gary Payton and Kobe and Shaq. I think we're more closer to having a big four with that fourth guy being invaluable. You got to have him. And he's an integral part of your team. Yes. I look at a team a couple of years ago, like Denver, not necessarily a big three or a big four, but to me, Keegan Murray is our Aaron Gordon. Like, you got to have that guy on your team. And so I don't know if it's a big four as in Hall of Famers or, top 20 players or any, but in terms of his importance to our team and his value, yeah, I can see that.
I still think he's capable of more, and he's having a really good year. We know that the three-point shooting is way below what it probably will be. I don't think it's, he's done it. We know he can do it. We know he probably will do it. But I still think, and you've talked about this a lot, where he was drafted, what the Kings expect from him. I think we've maybe tempered our expectations a little bit this year because DeRozan's here, so there's less pressure on Keegan. But I still think he's capable of being an upper echelon player.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of teams that have had 4 All-Stars. Remember the Lakers with Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel and Kobe and Shaq?
Those weren't the Lakers I thought you were going to go to.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a good
4
point.
All-Star. Who else had 4? The Atlanta Hawks with Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, Al Horford, and I think Marvin Williams. And so I do think there's the potential.
Might have been
there
Millsap on that.
Yeah, Millsap. I mean,
Yeah,
Millsap. Yeah. Millsap was the 4. Like, I do think there's the potential for that. And I agree with you. I think Keegan has definitely another level to go to. I think what I'd like to see from this team is what we saw the other night against Toronto. It doesn't always have to be De'Aaron or DeMar going on. Like, Keegan can get you 22, 25 on any given night as well. And so think about having to defend and game plan for these guys. If your 4th option is Keegan Murray and he can get you 25,
right?
That's going to be tough to defend.
Yeah, I don't know if he is that determined to embrace that kind of role, but he's certainly capable of doing it.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes. No, he's. I mean, we've seen it, right?
Yeah,
And the thing about it, and this is why I brought it up with Jerry. Like, he does things like, Whitey, when you watch the game, just watch him crash the offensive glass. Like, he takes coaching, and you see it when it comes time to actually play the game. Mike Brown, a couple years ago, wanted him to improve his rebounding. He did that. Mike Brown's been preaching crashing from the corners. He's a master at doing that. And so, I mean, this kid is extremely coachable. And you're right, man. He's to me just scratching the surface of just how good he could be.
Yeah, he says, I just fly at the rim. And I think he said he was watching his brother.
Yeah, his brother
just does that. And
yeah.
7 offensive rebounds. That's tremendous. We're going to learn a lot about this team over the next 5 games, right, Kyle? We got tonight against Clippers, then at Phoenix on Sunday, at San Antonio Monday, then they're back home next week against the Suns again, and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, This is a tough stretch right here. Things are getting interesting when it comes to the schedule. I mean, but let's be honest, Clippers are in town. Broadcasters are in town. They're radio guys right next to us. But if we want to be the team we want to be, we got to win this game, right?
Yes.
This is a game you got to win. I mean, you're at home, and sure, the Clippers got some talent and everything like that, but, you're riding high right now. Winners of 5 out of your last 6. Get this win tonight, then you're 6-3. Then a very tough back-to-back. Like that Phoenix, San Antonio back-to-back. That's going to be tough. Phoenix 7-1 on the season. But this is a team tonight. If you're really talking about being a Western Conference contender, you got to handle your business.
I agree. And I think it's interesting the way the Kings, you look at the fact that the standings and they've won 5 of 6. And that suggests that, wow, they're really sailing along here. And they have won 5 of 6. But to me, they're still kind of grinding through those.
Yeah.
And I'm not being critical. It's just you can tell that they're still figuring things out. They haven't quite hit their stride. DeMar was just talking about that. So there's lots of room for improvement. But, hopefully they find it sooner rather than later during this next stretch.
Yeah, during this next stretch. I mean, because, starting tonight, and yes, they've been grinding, but some of their wins have been against inferior competition.
Yes.
Call it what it is. They've handled their business, no doubt about it. But, against teams like the Clippers tonight, Phoenix, who we'll see, you can't have those lulls. You can't toy around and play around with them like you did the Toronto Raptors, and then all of a sudden expect to turn it on against a quality team. And so that's why I say I feel like the Kings have played their B game most of the season. Like, we really haven't seen this team string together 48 minutes of high-level basketball.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of this story that you sent Jay and I about Mike Brown and Kyrie Irving? I know you spotted that somewhere. What jumps out to you about that? According to Brandon Scoop B. Robinson,
yes,
Kyrie Irving and Mike Brown didn't get along in Cleveland because Brown held Irving accountable. Yeah. All right. I actually have this is Dion Waiters talking about this situation. Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Thanks.
Fair. You played under Mike Brown in Cleveland.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite coaches.
What has changed from Cleveland to Sacramento?
Nothing. Opportunity. Mike was, we had a better year the year. I remember my rookie year. private spot. Honestly, I just think Kyrie and Coach, like, because Mike held him accountable. You know what I mean? I just think it was because of, like, their situation. But, you know, I love Mike. Mike was my favorite coach.
Yeah, Dion Waiters on Mike Brown. Had a little issues there with Kyrie Irving because he held him accountable.
And I've seen that firsthand, Mike holding players accountable. I mean, when they break down the film, you know, there's clips of De'Aaron, Domas, DeMar, like, yo, guys, we got to be better. You know, we've heard Mike Brown say it, too, in his press conferences. We need our stars to be the leaders on this team. And so I think that's why you look at De'Aaron, you look at the guys, and they respect Mike. Like, I remember, you know, covering the Patriots in Boston, and the great Bill Belichick would have film sessions, and best believe he would lay into Tom Brady. So if the coach is getting on Tom Brady, the leader of the team, the face of the league, I better keep my butt in gear in line also. And so, yeah, that's a great thing that Mike Brown does. He's not, you know, ignoring what the star players are doing and getting on the role players on the team.
That's as the story goes. And I know that Mike Brown used to work with the Spurs, but Pop used to light into like Duncan, right? And Duncan would also set the example by actually learning from the lessons, accepting the lessons and getting better rather than rejecting them or rebelling against them.
Right. And that's what you want from your star player. You know, you want that means, and that's what I talk about, coachable. Like, I feel like these guys are coachable, talking about our roster, De'Aaron Fox, obviously, Keegan Murray we were talking about. But if the coach is getting on the star, the role players, you can't have any complaints because he's doing it to the best players. He's noticing what everybody needs to do to improve.
Yeah, so Monday the Kings have the Spurs, and we have a scattering report from an anonymous NBA scout, and it's really not very favorable as far as the Spurs' best player, and we'll share that with you when we come right back to the Goal One Center to Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free Crunchwrap Supremes from Taco Bell, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, wings, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Order Taco Bell for game day now through November 17, 2024. Second item of equal or lesser value. Terms apply. See app for details.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Getting ready for more rain and longer nights? We've got you. Right now, you can earn up to $25 in bonus rewards when you buy 2 Sylvania Silver Star Ultra bulbs and 2 Rain-X Quantum Elite wiper blades. More rewards and better visibility at America's #1 lighting destination, AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Offer valid for AutoZone Rewards members. Restrictions apply.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
If you're looking for an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, you have good timing. It's the open enrollment period, and there's an easy way to search, Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see a list of ACA plans available to you in your area. If you have questions, or when you're ready to choose a plan, there are licensed insurance agents ready to help you apply. See how easy it can be to find your next health insurance plan at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Kings taking on a Clipper team tonight. I'm not sure what to make of them. Drapes has been trying to explain to me where the Clippers are right now. Basically, as they sit and try to wait as patiently as they can for Kawhi to return, they've been playing pretty good defense, and Norman Powell's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, they're a top 5 defensive team. Norman Powell averaging 25. It's going to be a tough one. You know, they got some new pieces. Kevin Porter, Kai Jones. You got some length in Derrick Jones Jr. And so this is a new look Clippers team from what we saw last year.
Isn't that a guy that we were kind of dreaming about, Derrick Jones Jr.? Even like in the offseason, even before I think the finals ended, like, hey, he'd be a good fit here.
Yeah, some of that perimeter length, you know, and he's increased his 3-point percentage every year over the last 4 or 5 years. And so he's been working on that. And so, no, he's lengthy, man. He's, look for him to guard De'Aaron Fox. I think that'll be the matchup on that end. Derrick Jones, because when we played Dallas, we saw a lot of that last year. I think they're going to try to throw some length at De'Aaron Fox tonight.
Mm-hmm. So as we said earlier, and as you know, if you just take a glance at the standings right now in the West, you got 3 teams at 7-1, followed by 5 teams at 5-3, including the Kings. And you got the Clippers at 4-4, and those 4 wins include back-to-back wins at Golden State.
Yes.
And also at Denver the next night.
Yeah, this is a good team, man. And, you know, they had some struggles at home. I think they lost their first 3 home games, but they've been decent on the road and winning in some tough environments. And so they sort of like maybe for the first time resemble their coach Ty Lue, the way he wants to play tough, hard-nosed, physical, even though they have James Harden, and, you know, he's and, you know, the opposite of that. But those other guys, like Norman Powell's a tough player.
Yes.
Like you're going to feel him when he's out there. And I think that's what Ty Lue wanted with these guys.
I don't think you're going to like this, but I'm not disrespecting the Clippers. When I look at it objectively, and I've been a basketball fan like you for a long time, the Clippers / Braves, which is what they were, there's a very good chance they're the worst franchise in NBA history.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No.
They haven't won. They've never been to the finals. They haven't won anything.
Yep.
They've had some great players. They've had some really good teams, but when you look at the whole history of it, I mean,
Yes.
the Kings, I know their history isn't glittering per se, but they won a championship at one point. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clippers haven't anything, right? Nothing. And they've had some great players come through.
Yeah.
And they just, it's almost like they've been cursed.
Yes.
And think about it, right? What were they up 3-1 against? Was it the
Rockets?
Rockets. Yeah.
And then Chris Paul pulled a hammy or something.
And just like, they're always snake bitten with something. Even Kawhi and Paul George haven't gotten to an NBA Finals. You add in James Harden, they haven't been. And so it's just something, maybe they're hoping to, exercise those demons with their new Intuit Dome, their own arena and everything, a fresh start.
Yeah. And it's not like they're not one of the teams that you hate. They're just always kind of, the Clippers too, right? Even in their own market, obviously.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's and that's the thing. I was talking to my son about it. He's like, are there really Clippers fans out there? And I'm like, yeah, dude, but you don't know that in LA. It's Lakers home arena they've been playing in and all this other stuff. And so, I mean, it's a kind of a new era with the Clippers. I can't wait that we play them later this month in a couple of weeks down there at the Intuit Dome. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Who used to be a big Clippers fan, maybe still is the guy from Malcolm in the Middle, Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
He was a big Clipper fan.
Big Clipper fan. And Penny Marshall.
Oh,
right? Yeah. Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
They got some celebs.
Monday, the Kings take on the San Antonio Spurs. What do you make of this, Drapes? This is from an anonymous NBA scout. This is what the scout told ESPN's Tim Bontemps about Victor Wembanyama. Quote, he's absolutely awesome on defense and not impactful at all on offense. He just looks like he's playing without a whole lot of direction. That's one scout who says Wemby is just taking way too many threes, and he says you feel like he's given the other team's defense a break when he's shooting so many threes, and he's not shooting them well at all.
How about this about Victor Wembanyama, Whitey? I wanted to pull up his stats right here. Listed at 7'3", tremendous player. We know that, phenomenal player. Not trying to get on this case, but how is a guy 7'3" shooting 41% from the field? Like, what's going on here? He's taking 7 threes a game, 15.3 shots per game total. And his efficiency, you would think at 7'3", he'd be shooting 60-something%, but he's floating around on the perimeter too much.
Yeah, he's taken 62 threes, and he's made 14 of them. So that's like 22.6%.
Yeah, exactly. And how about this? From 2-point range, because I'm on his basketball reference page, 56.6%. Maybe it's just more about taking fewer threes.
Yeah, there's a reason he's shooting so many, says a scout, but it still feels like he's giving the opposition a break every time he does it right now. So
he's letting the defense off the hook.
Right. It's like Jerry said about James Harden tonight. Wemby now he'll go for 70 against him or something on Monday. But,
well, that's the thing too. I mean, if you're scouting Wemby, and we know the Kings got them coming up on the Monday. If you're scouting Wemby, you want him as far away from the basket as possible.
Yeah.
You want him trying to get into his bag, put the ball on the deck, that kind of thing. Take contested jump shots. You don't want him in the paint because he'll just raise up on you and throw it down in the paint. And so he is, to an extent, letting the defense off the hook, playing into their hands exactly what they want.
The first time I actually saw him in person, he's one of those guys that's so hard to find a comp for because he's so unique. But the first time I saw him in person, it was weird. It's like, oh, that's Ralph Sampson. And I know that, I don't mean to belittle either one by just saying this guy's just like that guy, but that's who it reminded me of. And Ralph Sampson, I remember he in some ways wanted to show that he could play the center position in non-traditional ways.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it hurt him. And I feel sometimes like that's what Wemby's doing. It's like, I know what everyone expects me to do, but I can do this too. And he's not very good at the perimeter game, but he feels like, no, that's what I am.
Yeah. And it's such a different day and age because, to your point about Ralph Sampson.
Well, he was ahead of his time a little bit.
Right. They didn't let him do all that stuff.
Right.
Nowadays, they let the big men do what Wemby is trying to do out there. And so I just can't believe he's shooting 41% from the field. Like You got to be better than that at that rate, but he has Greg Popovich. He has Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He has a great coach, a great point guard. Life, you would think, would be easier for Wembanyama, but based on the numbers, he's having a harder time this season.
And then tonight, as Jerry Reynolds says, he's not Victor Wembanyama, but the Kings have their hands full with Ivica Zubac.
I will say this. I like what I've seen from Domas so far against size.
Really?
Yes. Because like Zubac tonight is going to be tough to handle.
So you're talking about what, Gobert and maybe AD a little bit, or
even Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah.
Just bigger, taller 5 men, that are more girthy, if you will, physical, if you will.
You Carmichael Day.
Yeah, no, I just had to throw that in there. I've liked what I've seen from him so far. This will be the toughest challenge, though, because Zubac is strong. He's physical as well. Domas ain't going to just be able to muscle him and, big boy him or anything like that. So he's going to have to go into his bag of tricks a little bit more instead of just the power game, I think, tonight.
Yeah, you draw him out on offense anyway, right? You still have to come out.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, that's when Domas has to boom.
And I feel like Zubac gets in foul trouble too. Like maybe you can get him in foul trouble early on. They don't have Plumlee anymore as a backup coming in. They get real small after that. And so maybe, you go at them and get them in some early foul trouble as well.
Yeah. You mentioned you wanted to do some picks today.
Yeah,
so
baby, I'm ready.
So Jay's got that for us next from the Golden One Center on Sacktown Sports.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Ready to make this Christmas unforgettable? Shop early and save at Prestigio Jewelers' biggest Black November sale ever. For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Prestigio Jewelers, the perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Ready to pre-game your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years, where aloha is served daily. Located just steps away from the arena, whether it's game day or concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Are you planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper. Drapes for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now's the time to buy or lease a Mercedes-Benz van for sale. They have Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or just a plain old passenger van. They are fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, because trust me, I had a chance to check them out myself. I hopped in the Sprinter van, and you guys know I'm a big guy, right? Well, I was able to stand up head to toe and fit perfectly. So if you're interested in the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van for your business or just your personal needs, Now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you find the configuration that best suits your needs. Plus, you can take advantage of the huge tax breaks before year's end. Take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
Full sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Have some really unfortunate news we must share. I just found this out on Facebook. Scott Marsh posted this. Anybody who's listened to the station for a long time may remember Brian Wheeler. He worked at our station for many years. He went on to become the radio voice of the Portland Trailblazers, and Brian Wheeler passed away today. Rest in peace, Brian Wheeler. One real quick story. Wheels was here in Sacramento, and then he went to Portland, and we were doing an interview with him on our morning show, and it was while the Blazers were in the finals one year. And he said, look, give me one of your mugs, and I'll put it in front of me when the game's on national TV, and I'll have one of your mugs right there when the game's on TV. And, you couldn't really see it that well, but I always appreciated that. So rest in peace, Brian Wheeler. Former voice of the Blazers, and he was here in Sacramento for a long, long time.
Yeah, exactly. Former, like you said, voice of the Blazers. Just looking them up right now. I remember you asked me off air, do I know Brian? I said, no, I didn't know him. But now that I see his face, I've seen him around the league. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good dude,
so
too,
we got
man.
the Kings.
Good dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Really,
super nice.
Really good guy.
Super nice.
Yes, absolutely. Rest in peace, Brian Wheeler. We got basketball tonight, and we got football this weekend, and Jay is our master of ceremonies for our pigskin picks. Jay, take it away.
Yes, sir, fellas. We took a week off. We had some travel and King season,
bye
and
week,
a few other things. Yeah, bye week, just like the Niners, and we're gonna bounce back just like the Niners with this win. I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for you guys. Maybe you guys are tanking. I'm not sure.
You had like 13 the last time we played, right, Jay?
Yeah, I had 12. I had 10 or 11 right, and got the lock and the upset as well. So
yes,
we're
set a
locked
new
in
single week record. Yes,
it is. I believe it's 13 points. I'll double check on that, fellas. We have a across the pond game, and I believe it's in Germany. Is it in Germany right tomorrow? I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
it is. That would be the G-Men, the New York Giants, and the Panthers. At the moment, the Panthers are a home dog, if that's what you want to call them. Not sure if that's what we call them when they're across the pond. But Mr. Gleason, I'll let you start on this week's slate. Are you taking the Panthers and or the Giants? Of course, the Panthers are getting 6.5 in Germany, not so much as a home dog.
A lot.
2 and 7 teams playing in Germany, and the spread is 6.5.
Yes.
Every time I pick the Giants, I get burned. I'm going Carolina, Jay.
Okay, I'm with
Carolina's, getting 6.5.
Yes,
I'm going Panthers. Coming off a nice little win, as well, and so they're feeling good about themselves. I'm going Panthers.
All right, we're all on the same side of that one.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me the Panthers. 6.5 over in Germany. That's extremely too many points. I just can't see how they're getting that. We kick over to the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, because with the exchange rate, 6.5 points in Germany is like 8 points.
8. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Ooh, I like where you're going right there.
Or no, it's right.
I like where you went right there. All right, fellas, we hit the 10 o'clock window. We have an AFC battle. The Bills intrude Indianapolis as they take on the Colts. Right now, we know Flacco will be the starter. A-Rich will not. We have a home dog. We got a home dog. The Colts are getting 4 as they welcome Josh Allen. Drapes, I'll kick it over to you. Do you got the Colts and or the Bills?
I am going. Now, hold up, because I want to make a bold prediction here, and I want to make sure this is exactly what I want to do. Yeah, I'm going to Bills. I'm going to save this one. I'm gonna just go to the Bills.
Tease us.
No, I'm just going Bills. I was going to lock it in, but I see another game that I might lock it down.
Okay. Mr. Gleason, you got the Bills giving 4 at in Indianapolis?
Giving 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll also take Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo too. I think Josh Allen steps on the gas and starts to separate himself to, listen, he's at sooner or later, he's going to have to step on the gas and not so much as put himself in MVP category, but let people know Buffalo is going to be real down the stretch. So I'll take Buffalo. We stay in the 10 o'clock window, and we stay in the, it's not the AFC. It's actually a mixed conference battle. The Minnesota Vikings of Chris Watkins will be, if you stay tuned right after this, he'll be doing the game night, and he'll be doing
game night
a pregame as well, taking over for Jay Ross and Scott Marsh. The Vikings are giving 7 as they go to Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars are getting 7, a touchdown. Mr. Gleason, we'll start with you.
Mac Jones, McCorkle is starting at quarterback for the Jags, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Who's starting?
Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones is getting a start?
Oh, yeah.
Because I believe Trevor Lawrence got hurt.
Yes, he's banged up.
Unlikely. He's unlikely to play.
Whitey giving me some bad information maybe here, trying to sandbag me, mess me up here. No, I'm going Vikings. I think Jaguars are terrible.
Yeah, I think this might end up in a push, but I'm with you. I'll take the Vikings. I'll take the, even though they're giving up a full touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders go toe-to-toe. Right now, Washington is super hot. Jay Daniels, of course, the Washington Commanders are at home. They'll be in the DMV area, and they will be giving 3. They get the obligatory 3 points. The Steelers on the road getting 3. I believe it's on you, Drapes.
Oh, it's on me? I'm going to go with the Commanders. Yeah, I'm going to go Commanders at home. That offense is explosive. I'm expecting a high-scoring game. They pull it out.
I'm with you, Drapes. And, this is one of the reasons why people look at the Steelers and say, yeah, they're in first place, but their schedule gets really tough starting with this game. So I'm also going with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe what Washington has showed me yet, and I get it. You both of you guys can say you crazy, you stupid. I just take the Steelers. I'm taking the defense. I think defense travels. Really? I need to see the Commanders show it to me for the rest of the season. I don't doubt Jay Daniels. I just don't know what the rest of that roster is going to do when it's the going gets tough. We stay in the 10 o'clock window. We have the Saints, the putrid Saints, as they welcome the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins is one of you guys' favorite quarterback. Do we have a home dog? A home dog, fellas. Mr. Gleason, I know you like home dogs. The Saints getting 3.5. They're getting 3.5 in New Orleans at the Dome. You taking Spencer Rattler and the Saints?
I sure am, Jay.
Ooh.
They got new coach. Falcons are even more banged up than they were. They can't get to the quarterback. Give me that home dog. Yeah. There you go. I'll regret that.
Yeah, you're not
home dog. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Ooh, that's saying a lot right there. Okay, I like where you're going. Drapes, you following that cab or you taking Kirk Cousins?
Easy money right here. Give me my guy, Kirk Cousins. Falcons will come through. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, you know what? I want to follow you, Whitey, just based on when you change head coach, normally that gives you a shot in the arm. I just don't believe the Saints have enough talent, and they're a little banged up. I'll take the Falcons as much as it hurts my heart to back Kirk Cousins. We stay in the 10 o'clock window. The Broncos and the Chiefs, a AFC West battle. As we heard the legendary Jerry Reynolds say, he's seeking a win for Kansas City. Pat Mahomes hasn't played up to the best of his ability. They have a little bit of injury on the offensive side. The defense carrying him. Chris Jones, not a home dog. Chiefs giving up 7.5 in Kansas City. Woo. Bo Nix, I know that's Drape's guy. You backing that 7.5?
Yeah. Chiefs never beat anybody by 7.5.
They never
right?
cover, man. They rarely cover.
All their games. This is tough. At home.
At home.
Broncos aren't going to be able to score a lot of points. Give me the Chiefs, baby.
Okay,
I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right.
And all those points I got to give up.
Yeah, last week, let's see, Denver lost to Baltimore 41-10. I'll take the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, I want to take the Broncos because it's an AFC West matchup, but I'll take the Chiefs as much as it hurts me. 10 o'clock window. San Francisco 49ers coming off a bye, heading to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have another home dog. I'm pretty sure I know where Drapes is going. He's already booked it.
Yeah. And what's the number again?
You're getting 6.5. 6.5.
Book him, Dano.
6.5.
Book them. Baker Mayfield. They're going to score like 28 points against the Niners. Niners ain't scoring 36 or so against Tampa. Come on, man. This is almost a lock, but not the lock, but almost a lock.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it is a lock. Lock it down for me, Jay, and give me the San Francisco 49ers.
That's terrible.
Hey, listen.
Lock it down.
Ain't nothing that happened this season think the Niners makes you think the Niners going to win by a touchdown or more.
Maybe that's what Gary Gerald just told me to do.
The G-Man speaking on it.
G-Man gave him a little tip there.
Yeah, I haven't picked against the 49ers all year. 6.5 in Tampa against the team
That's a lot.
that I think is going to be good. And they're I know it sounds
That's
crazy.
a lot, Jay.
Yeah, but I'm taking Tampa, fellas. I'm taking Tampa.
Oh, he's taking Tampa too.
I think we
Jay,
have to.
Hey, home dog.
One thing about it is I value this on the drive, guys. Unfortunately, unlike some other, not unfortunately, but fortunately, unlike some people, you talked about a little bit, Drapes, is we got to be real. The Niners aren't a Super Bowl team at the moment. They're good. They need to turn it on. They need to show that they can turn it on. They need to show me as a 49er fan they can flip the switch. And at this moment, I just don't think they're 7 better than Tampa. I do think they'll win, but 7 better than Tampa, that's crazy. We stay in the 10 o'clock window, a place that you're familiar with, Drapes, the New England Patriots. The Patriots go to Chicago, and both of you guys who talked about the Bears aren't as at least Drapes said the Bears ain't cut up to what they need to be, or excuse me, that was Whitey. Right now, the Bears are giving up 6 at home in Soldier Field, 6. So if you cover with a touchdown, you win. Whitey got the Patriots or the Bears?
Yeah, give me the Bears.
Got the Bears?
They're not great, but I think they're better than New England right now. Yes.
Yeah, sign me up too. Give me the Bears in this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Bears as well, even though Drake may. Drake may. I'm just saying. I hear where you're going.
But then again, he may not.
That may be true. We kick over to the 1 o'clock window. We have the Tennessee Titans. They're coming to Los Angeles, and Jim Harbaugh, Jay Herbert, and the Chargers. Of course, J.K. Dobbins out the backfield. Right now, the Chargers are a 7.5 favorite. A 7.5 favorite. That's a lot of points. Mason Rudolph still going for the Titans. Drapes, you got the Chargers and or the Titans.
That's a lot, fellas. That's a lot. 7.5. That's a lot. But the Titans are terrible. Titans are trash. Give me the Chargers, baby. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers as well, Jay.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers as well. Now we get to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
It's blank cutting time. We got the Philadelphia Eagles heading over to everybody's favorite backup quarterback, Cooper Rush. The Dallas Cowboys are home dogs. They're getting 7.5. Mr. Gleason, who do you have?
Philadelphia. I don't want to talk about that.
Got him.
Yeah, that should be like double digit or close to it. 7.5. Give me the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles also. I think they're just, Cooper Rush, no weapons other than CD. This is like a 31-10 kind of game written all over it.
I like it. I'll take the Eagles as well. I think they smack. I think Saquon has 2 touchdowns, and I think Jalen gets in on the ground one time as well. 125, we have the NFC leading. That sounds crazy. Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. Oakland Athletic, or should I say Sacramento Athletic outfielder. The Jets, Aaron Rodgers, coming to the West Coast where he's from. They are at the moment giving, the Jets are giving 1.5 points, almost a pick 'em game. The Cardinals, a home dog. Drapes, who you got?
I'm going to Cardinals in this one. Yeah, that home dog. That's right. I'm getting the points too. Give me that.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Give me that, Jay, and that is my upset pick of the week.
All right,
I like where you're going.
One of these stupid Jets lines where they're actually favored for no reason whatsoever.
I don't get it.
Yeah, put that on the paper for me as well. Take the Cardinals, and this is my upset of the week as well. I'm not picking the Jets to win another game unless it's against the Patriots, probably. Sunday night, We have a barn burner. We have a great game. We have the Detroit Lions, who a lot of people believe is the best team in the league right now, even though the Chiefs are undefeated. They are going to H-Town, straight to the Reliant. They'll be taking on the Texans. We have another home dog. The Texans right now are getting 3.5. 3.5. Lions on the road as 3.5 favorites. Mr. Gleason, who do you have?
Give me the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I like Houston a lot, but they've been struggling lately. I know it can't last forever with Detroit, but I think it lasts this week. Lions.
I'm going Lions also. Jay, lock it in, baby.
Ooh.
Lions putting up way too many points as of late. They're going to drop like 38 on D'Amico. Give me the Lions.
Oof. I'll take the Lions as well.
Jay's thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'll take the Lions. I'll take the, I guess not the smart money, but I'll be intelligent here. I'll take the Lions to close that out. We'll wait on Monday night.
You got it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Drapes. Yeah, we're all set.
Oh, yeah, then Monday you would do that.
Yes. Right. Kings mighty offense faces a challenge tonight. We're back with that from the Golden One Center. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is proud to offer a 10% military discount on many items. Get details at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140
or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
So listen to the lesson I preach. I talk sense.
It's always a special night when it's a Friday at the Golden One Center. The Kings in action against the Clippers tonight. We mentioned earlier that we saw something on the big board here that suggests there's going to be a fan favorite here in attendance. We don't know that for a fact. Maybe they just threw a graphic up there, but we think there's going to be somebody very special in attendance tonight. And Nico Rust, he and his wife Barb, sign lady, they were members of our panel selecting our 40 top Sacramento Kings. And on Twitter, Nico said, I figured out tonight's guest based on your clue. Someone needs to give us a heads up in the future so we can bring his sign. And
what clue what was the clue though? He's in our top. Oh, because he felt like he should be higher.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And again, we're not actually sure he's going to be here, but Nico also sent a picture of the umbrella lady from Wednesday. And Drapes, I almost forgot. Thank you. You guys showed her at halftime. Yeah. And you said, there she is, umbrella lady. I almost texted you, and I thought, he's busy.
I got super excited when I saw her. I was like, oh, snap, there's our girl. Never met her, never talked to her or anything, but she was fantastic.
Yeah, it's funny when you tell people about what she was doing. We were telling Jay, and people go, wait, what? You can't even understand it unless you see it. Yeah. Tonight, the Kings' mighty offense. And what are they ranked right now, offensive rating for the Kings? Fifth. Against the Clippers team that's been playing defense.
Yes, fifth in defensive rating. So you got a top 5 offense going against the top 5 defense. A test of wills, if you will.
Yes, they're 28th in pace are the Clippers. And I know that's like, it's a bunch of numbers. Who cares? But point being, the Clippers, in part because they're not very good offensively, so they want to limit possessions. They want to slow it down a little bit, while the Kings, we think, want to run. They don't always play that way, though, but they would rather do that than slow it down against Clippers.
Can I give you an X Factor tonight?
X Factor.
X Factor time. Because it just hit me.
This is a sponsorable thing. We got to have Drape's X Factor.
Drape's X Factor. All right. Let me think of that. Let me ponder that for a minute. I think it's going to be De'Aaron Fox. If the Clippers with Derrick Jones Jr. take De'Aaron Fox out of the game, it's going to be tough for us. Like, I think we need De'Aaron Fox to be De'Aaron Fox, to have some success against this Clippers offense. And so I know he's the star player and everything, but tonight, other nights we can get away with it. But tonight, I feel like their game plan is going to be shutting down De'Aaron, making life difficult. And if they do that, then they're executing what they want. I want to see a good game from De'Aaron tonight.
Would you go cross matchup then? Jones guarding him, but you'd have him guarding Harden?
Yeah, I think he has to be the guy on Harden to start the game. Obviously, you're going to bring in Keon at some point to guard James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
But, then who guards Norman Powell? Keegan, did we say?
Yeah.
I could see that.
We can pretty much start with whoever they're playing, their best offensive player, unless he's, 7-8 or something.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Keegan.
And then, man is not necessarily a scorer. So you could throw Kevin Huerter on him, have DeMar guard Derrick Jones Jr. And so
their starting lineup's kind of small other than Zubats, isn't it? Zubats is a handful.
Yeah, they don't have a legit 4 or anything like that. That's for sure. And so that plays into our hands a little bit. No doubt.
Yeah. That actually brings us to, and Drapes requested it earlier.
Yes.
Whitey's wish list.
Let's go. Gotta have that.
Tonight, Kings against the Clippers. My number one wish. We were just talking about it. Push the pace. The Clippers are a team that it's a matter of survival for them. They don't have all their offensive weapons. So they want to slow it down. They want to limit possessions. And the Kings are a much better offensive team. They want more possessions. Each extra possession is another chance to separate from them. So push the pace, number one. Number two, just don't let Norman Powell destroy you. Because he has been destroying. He's been destroying fools. Has he not?
No, he has. And last year he had a big game against us as well. And this guy does not lack confidence. And turn off his water. I will say the Kings this season have done a great job at taking away the opposition's first option. They're like some of their star talent. We've seen it with Portland, Toronto to an extent. Like, I think if you could stop Norman Powell, this team doesn't have the weapons to score enough to beat.
Yeah, again, Norman Powell, 25 points a game on 53% shooting from the floor, 49% from the three-point line. So just don't let him go off on you tonight. Can't mention Trey Lyles. There's a moratorium on having Trey Lyles in Whitey's wish list. We all know that he's capable of playing better, but he could be part of number 3. My third and final wish, please knock down some threes.
Gotta do it, right?
Yes.
We have not seen this team really break out from 3-point range yet. And I'm with you on that. Like, you gotta, knock down some threes, and then that opens it up for everything else too.
Yes.
With this offense. And so I'm with you on that.
Yeah. That's Whitey's wish list for tonight for the Kings and the Clippers. And we say this every game in the West. Every game is so important, but this is a very big game. You just look at how differently things would look for the Kings tomorrow, depending on if they win or if they lose.
Yeah, 100%, man. You go to 6-3, 6-3, a lot different than what would they be? 5-4.
5-4, yeah.
With a tough back-to-back coming up, and we've talked about it. Why do you got them at home? Like, this crowd is amped up. They're going to be geeked up for this. Handle your business here at home. Go to 6-3, and you're feeling good right now.
Drapes, what do you think the Kings' identity is right now, and is it about what we thought it would be, or is it kind of adjusting depending on how it's all coming together for them?
Yeah, I think it's definitely different than we thought it would be. We thought this team would be fast-paced.
Yeah.
Get up and down, shoot threes. Hasn't turned. What this team's identity is, which I actually love, to be honest with you, is an elite executing offensive team. Like, in the half-court set, they are elite. Talked about the numbers from 2-point range. And so I think when you look at it, when I look at a team, and because Boston was the champions, sure, they hit a lot of threes, Whitey, but their threes came from elite execution on the offensive end, moving the ball around, touching the paint. Like they out-executed you on that end, which led to them getting the threes. I feel like the Kings are out-executing teams on this end, which leads them to get the 2-point looks that they want.
I thought the most encouraging thing about the win over Miami was, as we said with Jerry Reynolds, the way they showed great composure even when things weren't going well. And that composure obviously served them well, and they get a last-second victory. I thought the most encouraging thing about the win over Toronto was, to your point, they played with, we don't say this a lot, but they played with pace in the half court.
Yes.
And the execution, once they took control of that game, got it tilted in their favor, and they kept, and everyone's spamming the flex action with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
That's really encouraging to see. That's how you develop an identity, is when you need something to win a game and you keep doing it, and it works.
And it works time and time again. And it's something you can lean on. And that's what they did the other night. Like, I feel like when we talk about the identity, I feel like it's coming around. Like, these guys know who they are. Like, there were times back in the past, I wasn't sure which Kings team was going to show up when we got to the arena. Last year, we were talking about that. I feel like we now know this Kings team is going to play hard. You can never count them out. They're going to execute offensively. Hopefully the 3-ball comes around, but I feel like we have an idea of who we are right now.
Kings fans, Drapes, were so nervous during that Toronto game, based on what we saw on social media, because they're so worried about this team relapsing like last year's team. So when things weren't going well, there's a lot of Kings fans, they're going to lose this game. Just like last year. But the thing is, as Jerry said, they've been in every game. The Kings have not failed to show up for a game this year. Now, you could say they should have won the Toronto game. They almost won that. It wasn't a great game. It was an overtime. They almost won. They haven't had one of those games yet. It's going to happen at some point. But so far, they haven't had one of those games where you're going, where are they? What's going on?
Right. They show up, right, and haven't been blown out, anything like that. Even, at times during the game, they may have some lulls, but we've seen it. You talked about the Toronto game. Even the night before in Atlanta as well. Like, they have another gear that they go up to. What's up, big dog? You good? You ain't working at the Warriors? I know, exactly. I know you got your Steph Curry underoos on, you know what I mean? Warriors fans up in Alves. Hey, I'm doing a radio show, big fella. I ain't got a mic on you.
You're on YouTube right now.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. Check it out. The world is seeing you.
Hi to everybody.
Billions of viewers right there. You got Dre my socks? See, I knew it. But yeah, man, we know who this team is. And
do you know who that guy was?
Yeah, he's the stats guy for visiting radio. He does Golden State Warriors stuff, mostly home games.
Just for those,
you think I'm just going,
No, but people,
giving people, guys I don't know. You know what I mean? And so, no, Whitey, I was saying, even against Atlanta, tight game, 109, we went on the run, 6-0 run. Like this team late seems to find a response. We saw it the other night against Toronto, backs against the wall, things looking bleak. Bam, it could turn on a dime. And so when we talk about identity, that's what I think, what we are, a team that, you know what, is never out of it. You can't count us out.
Mm-hmm. By the way, speaking of the Warriors, they got a big game tonight.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah. Let's see, 9:49 left in the second quarter. According to my numbers, yours maybe
I can't
a
see it
little
over
updated.
there. Yeah, that one's not up.
Golden State 24, Cleveland 42.
Woo-hoo-hoo, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Faced a real team, and now we see what's happening. Because even when they beat Boston, no JB. Jaylen Brown didn't play. No Porzingis. So, Celtics were shorthanded. You can tell I'm not a Warriors fan.
Yeah, I could tell. Also, end of first quarter, Knicks leading Milwaukee 32-25. So, I mean, Bobby Portis is practically on the block.
All right. This guy already packing up his bags heading west, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What's that?
Nice enough to join us now. Making time for us.
I got to pick a bone with you, big
It's
fella.
the high flyer, and we got problems already. He's getting ready for.
You want to sit down and have a
game
seat,
night?
Fella.
Here he is, former Sacramento King, Henry Turner.
What's good, man? What I do? What me?
Checking out your guest jacket. Okay, big dog. Here's my problem with you right now, High
Yes.
Flyers. This is the problem. Some days you come in an hour early. Some days, like we trying to plan our show. Whitey throws the rundown and says 5 o'clock, High Flyer. I see you hobnobbing with everybody. You're talking with players down there, hollering at Mason Jones. And now you're just going to show up. It's like you remember growing up when Mama said dinner was at 6:30. Your butt better be up in there. You can't show up. You can't show up to our show at 5:15, kid. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? Let me explain. I got to get the inside scoop.
Oh,
number one, you have to get the inside scoop. Okay. And then last game, I don't know what they had downstairs to eat, but it was definitely a pass.
How about tonight? How about tonight? Did you
Meatloaf
check it out?
tonight,
Meatloaf? How was it? I had some too. I want to hear your take.
The beef was a little sketchy, man, but I went heavy on the potatoes. And
Okay.
And I made it work.
Just so you know, Henry.
Yes.
I always consider it a favor when you come on with us. I consider, that's great. He's coming on with us. I don't write you down.
Oh, you don't write him on the rundown?
I don't write you down on the rundown. Like, hey, where is he? He's supposed to be here.
Hey, there's a reason why he don't write me down. Because if you write me down, then I got to get a paycheck.
Oh, shoot. This dude all about.
That's what it is. I love you two boys, man. Y'all like my brothers from another mother. Hey, what we doing tonight, man? What we doing?
You tell me.
What we doing?
It's the game tonight.
Who's guarding Norman Powell? Keegan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, I have no problem with whoever Keegan guards.
Yeah.
This dude has really, really won me over with, you know what? I'm doing what's best for the team. I'm not going to squabble. I'm not going to complain. You're not going to hear a word out of me, good or bad, with Keegan. You ain't going to hear a word out of him.
Got your camera shot there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then the way he goes out and works on the defensive end, I'm with it, man. So, yeah, Keegan gets Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, and we saw it the other game, is his scoring a bonus or do we need his scoring?
We need it.
Could we have a big four if he continues to improve?
Can definitely have a big four. I'm telling you, if Keegan get consistent with that 3-point shot, that's going to really open things up. Because like right now, he's got his little float game together. He likes getting to the free throw line and spinning around, shooting the fade away. I want Keegan when he goes to the rack. He's 6'10". We got to put a little more dog in Keegan. When you get around that rim, Keegan is not your friend. The rim is your adversary. Tear it off.
I like that.
Tear it off. He's 6'10", bro. There's no reason he's supposed to be laying the ball up when he gets to the rim.
All right. Go in there aggressive. No doubt about it.
And if you get fouled and you don't, if you go in there aggressive half the time and you act like you get fouled, they'll give it to you just because of how aggressive you went.
Yeah. I'm looking at the numbers with James Harden. Shooting below 38%, I think it is, from field goal percentage. 3-point percentage is low as well. Do you still treat him as James Harden of old?
No, not at all.
Ooh.
Not at all. Do you double hard? No. Do you stun it hard? No. You have to make me a believer before I start doing that. I'm just not going to give it to you straight out the bat to where, when you double team a guy, man, that makes it easy for him, KD.
Yeah.
Because now all I got to do is find an open man. If you're an NBA player, you should be able to do that. Yeah, come on, double team. I see you coming. Up there's man right now. Backdoor cut.
So I can't blitz him and get some easy turnovers?
And you know what? No. Why? Make him shoot it.
He's been a little looser with the handle this year.
Because you know what? A lot of those guys, I say with Harden and Westbrook, neither one of those guys want to even give it up and say, by the time it's catching up with me, I'm not the guy that I once were.
Mm-hmm.
And they still try to be that guy, and they will shoot you out of a game trying to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if James Harden ain't giving us just straight buckets, he's killing us man to man, bro.
Okay, play him straight up.
Yep.
How about the battle of pace tonight? Because the Clippers like to slow it down a little bit. They don't have their weapons, and we want to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let me tell you, we don't want to slow the ball down for anybody, because this basketball team is built on speed. It's built on quick.
My favorite announcer calls it the rip and run. You ever heard that?
Hey,
Domas with the rip and run.
You know what? Rip and run, get out. Glory,
grab and
hallelujah.
That grab and go, yeah.
A speed racer, however you want to call
alliteration.
it. Just make sure it's fast.
You feeling good though about this matchup and where we are?
I'm feeling good. I think that, you know what, KD, you have to feel good when you're over 500 and you really haven't particularly shot the ball well.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
You know what? You found other ways to win. And that's what we asked for last year. We was like, you know what? Yeah, going up and down, shooting threes, that's working for us. But what's going to happen when they get tight? Can we find another way to win? Well, we're doing that right now out the gate.
Yeah.
We're finding other ways how to win. So when that offense finally do start clicking and we start knocking down shots, it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch.
I know last time we were in studio together, we were talking about some of the defensive issues, and their defensive rating right now is, I think it's 11th. It's the defensive rating suggests they're playing pretty good defense. But to my eye, it's like they still got some stuff to work on. Where are we with the defense?
Because you see the mistakes like I do. I don't know who's doing all the rating and how, they calculate those type of things. But, I would say man to man, we're okay. I would say when we go to the quirky matchup zone, we're atrocious.
Atrocious.
No, we're atrocious. I'm sorry. Whenever you have two NBA players guarding the ball at one time and leave two guys open at the wing and a guy open at the bottom, that's a recipe for destruction. You have to be better with this matchup zone. You and I, we talked about it. It's a bump and run type zone. You have to bump your guy off to the next guy. You just can't let your guy go through and be like, hey, KD, he coming through. And I'm standing over here guarding air.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
High Flyer joining us. You got Chris Watkins tonight, huh?
I don't know, do I?
Yeah, he said, look at you see he's sweating bullets back there. He's nervous, big fella. He on the big show tonight.
I'm about to say, I didn't work with Chris before, man. He should be all right.
He is. You know his favorite player is?
Favorite player.
Tim Duncan's his favorite player, and that's how he is.
Tim Duncan really is your favorite player?
He delivers. He's solid.
Oh, dude, you're killing me.
Yeah.
You know what?
He like oatmeal too. He like cream of wheat.
Wow.
He's bland.
He's plain.
Right?
Ain't got no cinnamon.
No cinnamon, no sugar, no nothing. Damn, Tim Duncan.
That's
rock solid.
Hey, but I tell you what was the start and the finish of a true dynasty.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? You didn't have to like it, but you definitely had to respect it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else to ask you, man. I'm just ready, dude. I'm in the big chair tonight too.
Oh, you're big chair dog?
Yeah, come on.
Nice.
It's a big game, big fella.
Nice. Hey, you know what? We gonna get it. You in the big chair dog?
Yes.
We gonna get it. You gonna bring us that luck.
Yeah.
You gonna bring us that energy. And at the end of the night, what we gonna do? Like that
beam.
Like that beam.
When is it, High Flyer? When is it too early at home to start chanting, when Domas is at the line,
MVP trying to
for
get
that
and
for DeMar DeRozan, just to let the world know you need to pay attention to what this man is doing.
They might not know the type of work that DeMar DeRozan did put in, so I would say, okay, it might be a little early for Debo, but for Sabonis, this dude has put in major work.
There we go.
In this building. So the first game, you can start screaming MVP for him.
Yeah.
Because let's keep it real, fellas. He's got MVP numbers.
Right.
You know, but he might not get it. Okay. And, you know, he might be third, fourth on the list because we got some great players in this league. I mean, Jokic is still doing his thing, man.
Well, it's like Jay said, if Jokic had done what Domas did in the last game, it would be on ESPN, wall to wall.
I will put it out there. If Domas played for Boston or LA, he would have been MVP a long time ago. Probably back to back.
Damn.
Wow.
Like that?
Come on, KD. Let Anthony Davis go 20-20 and see where it's going to be on Sports Center.
That's just how it is, though, High Flyer. You know that.
I know that's but that's how it is, though. If he was playing for the Celtics or the Lakers, the dude would have had an MVP award.
What does tonight's game come down to, in your opinion, above all? If there was one thing,
basketball IQ.
Yeah, okay.
Basketball IQ, because you know what? You don't have Kawhi Leonard. You don't have Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
You do still have James Harden, but you got to understand, they still got other players. Norman Powell. They got guys who know how to play basketball, and this team ain't Toronto. All right?
Right.
Let's keep it real. The Clippers are not Toronto. They know how to play.
Mm-hmm. He says, that is, Kyle Draper says, De'Aaron Fox an X factor tonight.
You want to hear my reasoning?
Yeah, because
they got Derrick Jones Jr. I think they're going to try to throw some size and length on De'Aaron Fox.
They do.
Right?
They do.
That's and if Fox goes off and can do what he does, that bodes well. Like I think we win this game.
And you know why they throw him at him? Because it's worked in the past.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Dallas has done that.
I'm
was there.
That.
Yep.
Thank you, High Flyer. Thanks for being with us. Yeah. Rest in peace, Brian Wheeler. Wouldn't be surprised if Brian. If Brian Wheeler were around tonight, might help the Kings pull out the victory. Stick around. We got game night coming up with Chris Watkins and the High Flyer next. Sacktown Sports.
Winner energy. This I am. Sacramento Kings. Let's go. Big wins, big stats. Pass that.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and